special. An IKEA special. Yeah, that kind of sucks. That
What
whole
sucks?
that carpet.
Oh, that's a nice carpet. It's just.
It
I mean,
just
we
sucks.
could tape it down, but it'd look janky. Like duct tape it,
Yeah,
but it would look. Janky
I think it's too jacked up now to hold
to
the
mess
duct
with it.
tape too.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'll What's the dimensions of it?
I really don't know.
See, you're smart. You have yours backed off of it, so it's not a big deal.
Well, it's just the way the table falls too, and I think the table needs to come this way. But I put a light bulb over there to kind of even out the lighting, so everything was a little dark.
When I find one to buy, you'll have to come out here and measure it.
Chun chun chin 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 chin. We got a.
This is trouble. That's trouble.
Who's that? They all are. Oh my god.
That first one, though.
That first one is.
Man,
She's got the look that she's going to
be trouble.
drain your bank account.
Your bank account, you're going to get a divorce. You're going to fucking lose your children.
I saw that. That's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I was down with it. Shit.
Dream Theater's coming to town?
Again?
March 9th.
Weren't they just here? Hey, can you throw me that plutonium? Is it plutonium?
Yeah.
I want to try that.
I do too, but I'll just take a little.
Oh, have you not had it?
No.
And there's only one?
Yeah, because I brought the sampler.
Oh. Well, here. Just pour us. Pour it across. Or
You can have it. I just want a little bit to try it out. I just sold this into an account today, actually.
plutonium. 239. I told you about their place. Have you been by yet? It's
No,
interesting.
I heard their food
Uh-huh.
is amazing too.
It's really nice. It's in a weird part of town, but it looks really, really nice and really swanky.
That's good. I told you how they started, right? The wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool story.
They made some beer for the wedding, and
everybody loved it and was like, well, it wasn't them. It was one of their friends. Well, then they decided at the wedding pretty much, hey, we're going to
everybody loves this. Let's make it. This can's a little frostbitten or something.
Man, that's good.
Nuts, chocolate, and steak. Oh, that's what it pairs well with.
Yeah, they're big on their pairings. It's got a coffee taste to it a little bit too.
The richness scale is about 70%. Greetings, Robotuna. Like we were just texting with you. All right, so where'd the show notes go? Why are they over here? I'm going to learn about Meshuggah this week because I need to learn how to.
Stink Flamingo should do a polyrhythmic with your doink doinks involved in it. So the doink doinks are playing one thing, the bass is playing one thing, and the guitar is playing another, and then I match the drums with vocals.
And it's nutty.
Yes.
Well, that means
for 12 minutes.
Thomas, can you play?
I'm not worried about Thomas.
Can you play polyrhythmic?
Thomas could do it.
Counts. Just rolling all your fingers.
It's getting Thompson in here to play drums on it. That's going to be tough. And then teaching that to Josh.
Can't do it with an acoustic. There's no way.
Aren't you all, you're polyrhythmic too. You're playing on your own time signature, right? Like most of the members, there's like 3 separate time signatures.
Doesn't sound good on acoustic.
Let's just take a
but
bunch of Adderall and make a Meshuggah acoustic set.
learn to play Meshuggah acoustically.
And we'll do it out in the woods somewhere.
Going out to the desert is where
I've
we'll
been
do
watching the Unabomber.
I'm ready to go out the desert.
The one that was on Discovery that everybody watched like in 2017. I'm just now getting to it.
It's good, isn't it?
It's really good. I had no idea that it was
He
that
was so
dude.
right.
I know. I had no idea that it was the guy from Knight's Tale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, because he has his glasses on a lot at the beginning. Well, then
Yeah.
all of a sudden they start getting into his life and take his glasses off, and a couple times he talked, and I was like, man, that dude sounds like someone familiar. And then all of a sudden it hit me. I was like, is that motherfucker from Knight's Tale?
Yeah. You should read his
Manifesto?
I don't call it a manifesto. I call it a work of a historic document
What
that
did he call
everyone
it?
needs to read. He called it the Industrial Society and Its Future, is what the name of it is.
No. I mean, but in the show, he responds to Manifesto.
Yeah.
He goes along with it. It's like, yeah, it's
That's the manifesto. Because that's what it was, but he titled it Industrial Society and Its Future. And it's all over the internet. You can go read it everywhere.
I'm sure it is.
And everything leads up to
What
where
do
we
you
are
call
today.
it? What do you call it?
A historic document of
Is that what
relevance.
you call Mein Kampf too?
No, that was kind of trying to lead people down the wrong trail. That's not really how that works, but yeah. I would
Way to dodge that bear trap.
it is a bear trap. I ain't no Whoopi Goldberg. All right, let's start the show. Here we go. Like Steve Harris? Yeah, I can do that technique. RoboTuner's in.
So we're gonna do a track. Polyrhythmic track. You guys have fun with that. Let me know when I record vocals.
All right. This is turning into Tool now.
Follow
Just
me.
call me in. I'm going to go make my wine. Just let me know when I need to make words.
This is Ray from the Methinks, and you're listening to the Jerry Jonestown Massacre on the FM 90.
Are you going tomorrow night?
Yes. That's why I'm playing
What
them doing
station
the
is it
show.
on?
It's a fucking podcast, dude.
I think I'm gonna come.
It's $15.
A podcast?
It's
Like
a
on
podcast.
computer radio? You guys went to the fucking computer radio show? What the
Yeah.
fuck? Nobody fucking listens to the computer radio.
This episode of the
Jay Jones Massacre.
is brought to you by
Geist Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
This program contains graphic material, including
cool.
offensive language. Viewer
way
discretion
cool.
is advised.
Nipple dance.
We don't beg 'cause we're not too proud. We never beg for big bucks. We don't try, it just comes out loud. We got the smoke, but she's cranked up.
Yes, Thomas.
Oh, my own claim. No drink goes undrank. Whiskey, wine, and beer. Past no street, over here, already.
Oh, yeah. Show 459. It
Just
is
to be dicks.
Tuesday, February 8th. I think we should just cover a Methinks catalog and be like,
That'd be so funny.
we're releasing an EP,
Not play any of it.
and it's like 2 songs or 3 songs like when they do their EPs.
And the rest is Methinks.
No, we just do a Methinks record. Be like, here's one release. It'd be great.
I'd be down with it.
Totally be down. There's some more talking there.
Check. 1, 2, check. 1,
I
2.
had to adjust some levels there. so I wanna
producing
make sure it's
on
We're
the fly.
producing on the air. Like I said, it's Tuesday, February 8th. We are
We are Fortress.
chilling. We are Fortress. We are chilling out here in the Temple tonight. Just Matt and I. Happy Tuesday, Matt.
Happy Tuesday, Dustin.
I'll just go ahead and get this out of the way. The Methinks are playing tomorrow night, Wednesday night.
A must-see show.
A must-see show. That'll be Wednesday, February 9th.
Have you heard of must-see TV?
I have.
Like ER?
ER. Yeah.
Must-see TV.
This
is a must-see rock show.
Someone will die tonight on ER.
Man.
They won't make it out alive.
Someone will... I'm not going to even say that.
But the Methinks are opening for Agent Orange at Tulips tomorrow night.
How'd they get that show?
I don't
Who
know.
does that?
It's so badass.
How does a band from Haltom City
Get to open for
get to open up for...
a surf punk band from
Yeah.
Orange County?
Right.
It's going to be great. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited.
I'm
going
to leave after they play.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'll just be like, fuck Agent Orange. I'm out of
Texas.
here.
It'll be the
Fuck you.
Texas.
I'm from Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, the fuck you, I'm from Texas clause will be in effect.
So, yeah, here's your promo. Go out. See them tomorrow night, February 9th at Tulips. It's going to be great.
It's
A
the greatest
Wednesday
rock
night
and roll
show.
band that's come out of DFW.
I mean, it's
Ever.
a good reason for Thursday when you go into the office for your ears just to be bleeding
Yeah.
and ringing.
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 Man, this thing is very personal.
I would like to we'll fix it.
Yeah, it was like, hey guys, I do podcast. let's back this
Look
on
into
up,
my
man.
eyes. So
Back this up a little bit. Here we go. I can
uh,
still listen and work camera. So
I would like
continue.
to throw out a
shout out.
a
Man,
shout
this
out.
is early.
It's not really a shout out. I just want to say this is the anniversary of today is the anniversary of Anna Nicole Smith's demise. And
Does she still live in your mind?
yes,
So brutal.
she was hot, right?
Absolutely, she was hot.
Like even before she did Playboy, she was hot. When she
Yeah.
was doing
she,
the guest
she was
stuff,
from Mahia, right?
yeah,
Mahia, Texas.
Mexia, but Mahia, yeah.
You motherfucker.
Oh my god,
You know that drives me nuts.
I
That's
know it
like
does.
when I hear a news reporter say Mexia, I want to punch the TV.
There's a guest photo of hers that will probably be. We need to make that the title card this week
Okay.
for the show.
Is it going to
So
be able
hot.
to be posted?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's an old guest ad, but it made me crazy as a little boy. And then at some point in time, me and Shelby talked about reshooting
Oh, yeah.
Anna Nicole Smith.
I vaguely
guest
remember you
ads.
bouncing that off me.
Yeah,
And I was like, yeah, I'll be the light guy.
the fluffer of some sort.
Shelby's taking her top off and stuff. Yeah, okay.
They weren't. The guest ads weren't topless. This was we didn't go to the Playboy route.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there.
Sorry, Chris. He didn't listen though.
No, he might tonight.
She doesn't either.
We've been talking a lot today about things
And
in the
stuff.
media that make us angry.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What show number is this? Did you say
459.
for Hans 57 plus 2?
Yep, that's it. I'm glad to see you survived Ice-Mageddon.
I'm glad to see you did.
I went nowhere.
I did. You know how I survived?
How?
With much sleep.
That's.
A lot of sleep
I worked from home.
and fire.
Did a lot of training from home, as we call it.
Was that
And,
jiu-jitsu at home? Would you watch a video?
I had to do
Some Taibo?
No, I had to learn about asbestos and
Oh,
asbestos
man.
safety.
Don't come to my house.
And lockout, power lockouts, and of course the yearly code of business conduct. And
Is pulling your
else?
penis out in the book of conduct?
I didn't see anything on it, so I think you can.
You're good?
I think we're good.
What a great company to work for.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Did you try to get out any?
Yeah, a little bit. I had a Jeep, so.
Yeah, it's fun, right? You just
Yeah.
put it in 4-wheel drive and
You know,
haul ass.
this is
and
the first
nothing
time.
happens to the
well,
vehicle.
the thing is, okay, it's kind of deceptive because, yes, you do have better grip when you're driving a 4-wheel drive vehicle around, but you still have to stop. And stopping gets dicey, especially when the people that are doing things are unpredictable and don't have 4-wheel drives. And that's what happened to me. I almost hit a girl, and she was trying to dodge a Mustang that was stuck on a little hill into my parents' neighborhood. So she went around, and I was coming down a main street. So and I guess she didn't realize that I was turning in there, and so I locked him up and came like a foot and a half away from hitting her. And at first I was like, "You idiot!" But then I was like, "Well, that's what I would have done. I would have gone around the Mustang and try to get momentum and do what she was doing." So, but that's the
Or
thing.
not lose momentum because another car is stalling out in front of you.
Right. That's the thing that's tricky about driving 4-wheel drive. You have such a good grip on your like going places and turning and stuff like that you think that you're going to brake the same way. And you don't.
My vehicle does brake different when I'm in 4-wheel drive. It
does that that posi track
independence stuff. Like
Yeah.
if I start sliding or whatever, and it will compensate and try to work its way through all 4 tires into a stop. So I don't have that problem. It's fun. I like using instances like we had last week where it was just pure ice with a little bit of snow on top of it to see if Toyota really lives up to their name with their 4-wheel drive vehicles and that they can really do what they say in the commercials. So I like going out and test driving on ice.
I'm sold on getting one, either Jeep or 4Runner probably pretty soon. But it's funny because you always gripe about the people that when you're not driving one, oh, look at that asshole driving around in his Jeep looking all cool and stuff, just trying to be showing off and everything. It's easy to get into that because I quickly got annoyed with the non-4-wheel drivers when I was driving around. You're like, come on, get off the road.
Get out of my way.
Get out of the way.
Because they are impeding your safety.
Kind of.
And then you blow by them, say they're doing 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, and you're like, you're just driving by them at 40 because you can.
And any moment
And
they
they
could just
get
slide
mad.
out.
They get mad at you. They're like, that guy's flying by me, you know. Well, I can. I'm not being reckless. I can do this, and I'm getting out of your way. Now, it's when you get on the highway and there's still people doing 90 on ice that you're like, okay, dude, come on. I understand you have 4-wheel drive, and I understand you're a badass, whatever.
You know what's fun?
But you don't need to be doing fucking 90 on the highway.
What's fun
when it's covered with
is
ice.
when you have a 4-wheel drive like a Jeep or a 4Runner, and you come across a 4-wheel drive truck because they're still having issues because they're so light in the back, and they're the ones that try to show off the most. And so they see you just truck up a hill and take a right turn, and they're like, "Oh shit,
I can do
and the
that."
Next thing you know, you see in your rearview mirror
And
just
they're
all
spinning
hell
around.
breaking loose. Yeah.
It's just like, yep.
Don't try to be me, man.
Don't be me. I have
Don't try to be
even
me.
distribution of weight. It's A-okay.
Well, your vehicle is designed for 4-wheel drive, and so is a Jeep.
Well, it also
But
helps
a
that I have
truck-
an extra 200 pounds on top of it.
Yeah, that does help. With your Fortress.
Yeah.
Which when I get my Jeep, that's the first thing I'm putting on. But the thing that's funny is they don't have that, and they are pissed because they got a big old truck, but it's 4-wheel drive, and they see you swing by, and they're like, and then it just causes chaos because they can't do what you do.
I've seen trucks not be able to go up a hill
And you just
because
put
they
it
don't
right
have
up
any weight on their
It's that rear
on
end,
their rear
man.
axle.
Mhm.
It's just sitting there, and the front tires can't grab, so they just sit there and bounce.
I don't think I'll ever get a 4-wheel drive truck because it's kind of pointless when you really need it. See, I had a practice run in Denver. So now we pretty much had the same weather in Denver when we flew in and got our Jeep as we did move through last week.
But it wasn't ice.
There wasn't as much ice,
Okay.
for sure. There was some ice, but not like down here. But
2 inches of ice.
the people up there, it's just another day.
Yeah.
Here, you have
But
to
up
drive
there-
defensively, is what you have to do if you have a 4-wheel drive. You have to drive defensively the whole time.
This used to be the week that I would be in Colorado every year. Leading up Valentine's week, the 7th week of the year is when I would leave to go to Colorado and spend a week up there. And I always felt like a fish out of the water, even with my vehicles that could drive on snow and ice. Because those guys, they're all in their little Subarus. Subaru's a big player. Jeep's a big player.
Up in,
4Runners are big
up
players
in the land of Colorado.
up in Colorado, but Subarus are everywhere, and those guys blow by you. They'll be in a 4-wheel drive Impreza and just zip by you at 100 miles an hour, and it's no big deal.
That's the one that they make
Just
those
tearing through
those
snow.
not tour cars. What do they call them?
Rally
Rally
cars.
cars.
Uh-huh.
Or those Subarus, right?
Mhm.
Those are good cars.
Yeah. Shauna had one when she lived in Denver, and I would take it out for a spin in Denver in the snow and ice, and that car was badass. Even when the turbo would kick in,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't feel any slip on ice. Just built right.
Snow is
Car's
definitely
awesome.
more fun when you have a 4Runner or a Jeep or a Subaru, for sure. It's more enjoyable.
Yep. But it was fun, and
So you're okay.
yeah, I'm okay. I lived. Went out running around a little bit here and there.
You know what the
Um,
vibe I got was that a lot of people had PTSD because the day. Okay, so we did our show on Tuesday, and Wednesday it rolled in. Wednesday afternoon is when it started. When I drove home from, I rushed through my job on Wednesday, and because I wanted to get in before 6, because that's what they started saying, that it looked like it was going to start 6, which it didn't. It actually waited a little later.
It's about like 10 almost.
Yeah, and it was weird. Everyone was driving already like it was icy.
They were. Everybody got
Everybody
off.
had shell
It seemed
shock.
like when I got off at 3, like
Yeah.
everybody else was already getting off to go batten down the hatches and prepare for Ice Mageddon to roll into town. And it was the highway was all jacked up. People were everywhere.
I stopped at QT to get gas, and people had ripped through all their stuff. Like, just you couldn't get antifreeze. You
barren.
couldn't get any wiper fluid, because I wanted to get some wiper fluid and maybe put some antifreeze in it or something. Isn't that what you're supposed to do, or does wiper fluid already have?
You
some
can
kind
get
of
wiper fluid that's already winterized.
I wanted to get some. Gone.
got
Groceries
this-
at the little QT. Gone.
We got this badass stuff at work called Canadian de-icer,
That blue stuff.
and it's a can. It's an aerosol can. And
Oh, no, that's not what I'm
It's the
talking
same
about.
shit they use on airplanes with the big hoses. But you go up, you just spray the ice, and it just eats right through, and it's gone.
Yeah. It was very fun.
It was interesting. Shauna was like, and she was still here. She's like, I need some coffee, and we didn't have any. I was out of
That's
JJTM
when we went
coffee.
to Hooters. Got
and-
drunk.
Well, did you know about that?
Yeah, you were texting me.
Oh, yeah, that's
lit.
right.
I could tell you were lit.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about off the air about that. And I wasn't really lit. That was the night before.
That's what I'm talking about.
The
That
night
night you were
before,
lit. Second
yeah.
night you were
Second
more
night was
chill,
okay.
low key.
And that's when we were at
But
Hooters.
the night of,
Second night.
you were trying to get me to go out.
Yeah,
you
I
were
was
trying to
like,
get me to come over.
Dude, you need to come over here and help me with this. I don't understand what's happening. But we there was a lot of knowledge spent that made my head break.
Did you write
It's
a
going to
book
be
that
good
night?
for the show. It's going to be good for the show.
Well, I
eventually.
hope it is. The way you were talking that night.
Our dreams finally may come true. With
I was
this
about to
stupid
put in
fucking
my
show.
2 weeks.
I was about to too. So we we got up that morning. Well, here's the deal: is they started cycling my power that night at about 2 a.m.
I didn't get any of that.
Cycled down at 3 o'clock. Cycled up, then cycled down, and cycled back up. And it got annoying. And at 4 o'clock, it cycled back up and was up for about 10 minutes. Then I hear, bam!
Yeah.
And I'm like, are we kidding? And
Transformer?
that's the last time I had power until 5 p.m. that night.
Ugh.
But
Yeah, the whiskey.
I have a generator.
Did you crank it up?
Cranked up the generator. Got some power in the house. Ran. I haven't had the disconnect put in yet for the power, so I had to do everything manually. But I got the heater back up. Got everything back up. Had power. Little 10,000 watt generator that can supposedly run the house. We're done, but it's saved everything and made everything okay. It was good. Ran into the TV, watched some Book of Fett, watched caught up on
Off the
some
generator.
Ted Lasso.
Off the generator.
Yeah, it'll power
Those
the whole
things
house.
are amazing.
It'll power the whole house, and like I was watching it as I kept plugging things in, and plug the entertainment center and plug the internet in, plug a bunch of computers in, and it's like it has a little digital draw meter, and it didn't even
Phase it.
phase it.
So we're
Heater
going
would
to use
kick
it
on
for
up
a when bands used to take the long flatbed.
Truck. It would
Yeah.
power a band.
I want to
easily.
do that. I think it would be so cool to just block off like 360 or I-20 or 820 in the middle of rush hour and play a set.
You keep saying this, but I don't think you realize what will happen.
We'll get in trouble. Probably shot
We'll go to jail
and get shot.
and probably get into this day. Yeah, we'll get shot. Goddamn terrorist! I'm gonna shoot you in the fucking face.
We're just playing the Methinks.
Well, yeah, we're just covering Methinks songs. Thought you'd like it.
That'd be a nice treat.
So, yeah, it was Shauna had to get coffee, so we went, and she's pissed that
Did y'all go to Black Rifle?
not open.
How you gonna be Black Rifle, this macho man coffee place, and then shut it down?
Starbucks not open. Dutch Brothers.
That just
not
shows
open.
you what the superior coffee
Dutch
is.
Brothers says they're the
Jerry
mafia.
Jonestown Massacre coffee.
So the coffee we got was QT.
Well.
I mean, that's what you had to do. You had to do what you had to do.
Why didn't you at that point just go get some fresh beans and do it yourself? Rather than get the QT's good coffee. I would admit they do have good gas station coffee. But
Nothing was open.
Oh, the Kroger's and everything were shut down. Albertsons was all shut down.
Yeah, everything was all shut down around here. QT
That's
was the
insane.
only thing open. So then on Friday, when Friday rolled around and everything kind of melted off a little bit, Black Rifle opened. And they were goddamn patriots. Got their stores open and going.
Only real men drink Black Rifle coffee.
And then, was it Friday night? I went running around. Right? The
You
weekend
said
was
you
so
went
long.
to. I was gonna see about doing some stink, and you were out and about at Hooters.
Was that Friday? See, Thursday.
It's never too icy to go to the restaurant, huh?
Thursday. Friday, Hooters was open.
No, I think it was Thursday night
Yeah, Thursday. We didn't have
because
power.
it blew
'cause
in
I
on
went up.
Wednesday night. That's when
Yeah.
you were geeking.
Thursday night was Hooters. Friday night was I was buckled down for work. I was hardcore working on some stuff for the Cowboys and trying to get it finished and wrapped up. But then Saturday I
Wait,
went.
I thought the season was already over.
It is. But we still do stuff in the postseason on my side of the house. I'm not a player. I don't play. I got stuff I got to do.
I thought you were on the team
Yeah, I'm
all
not.
this time.
All this time.
All this access I got, I was like, yeah.
It's 'cause he's on the
Dustin,
team.
Wide receiver.
Yeah. The Saturday night, in fact, the person I saw on Saturday night sending me a bunch of messages right now. Went running around just to get out of the house and kind of shoot some stuff and to play with my new camera and kind of started a new little photo project, which will be talked about later. But went down south side and the Boiled Owl was having their 10th anniversary party, and it seemed like everybody was
That when
showing up
everybody
there.
Came up. Yeah.
And,
A lot of cabin fever. Everybody was ready to
everybody
get
was
back out there.
Dude, downtown was packed. I went downtown early thinking I'd have ghost streets and be able to shoot. No.
On Saturday? You
On
thought that?
Saturday, packed.
No, man.
No, downtown had ice.
I still
on
got
all
some
the
snow
streets
in
till
my house.
their streets were icy until yesterday morning. Or
It's because of all
yesterday
that
afternoon.
shade.
All the shade. So it was crazy downtown, but end up.
Did you see any reindeer?
No, I didn't see any reindeer. I saw some whitetail and tried to shoot them. Is that racist?
I think you can
In
still
this
say
day and
whitetail.
age, we can. Okay, it's whitetail.
For a
deer.
whitetail deer?
Yeah, just want to
Pretty
make sure.
that's still.
We
I
can
don't
put
know. It's
colors,
not very woke, but
We can put colors in front of things still, right? After this entire weekend,
you
of
could do the
chaos
Faith
we've
No
had.
More version, the deep shade of white tails.
But went to Boiled Owl and walked in the door, and there's Che, our buddy Che,
Who
and
has probably drove through some snow and ice.
we sat and shot the shit, and then just started making the rounds, and everybody was there having a good time.
At Boiled Down Saturday night?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Someone had a really good time, but we'll keep their name off the show for right now.
I could probably figure it out.
You can't?
Probably.
Who's that?
And 3 guesses.
3 guesses.
Susie.
Damn.
Number 1.
Wow.
That's how good I am.
You're pretty good. Yeah, it was everybody's having a good time. Mike was down there, drummer for Uncle Toasty, with Brandy, and hung out with them, and then some old school friends came by, my high school friends, Rob and Kelly. And it was
Hi,
a good
Rob
time.
and
It was
Kelly.
fun. It was
They listen?
everybody's probably, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But it was a good time down there. And that was pretty much the weekend. Sunday was just Sunday.
We're
I
done.
slept a lot, though.
We're done now, I think, with winter weather.
Oh, I thought you meant with the show.
Could be.
We're getting close to that. We're going to get into that.
Hang it up and just focus on our music and coffee.
Well, the coffee does have a little bit to do with the show, though. It's a driving force. What is this?
It's a driving force behind the driving force.
Yes.
Who's in the chat room? Anybody yet? What we got
I'm
here?
looking.
Who all's in the chat room?
I'm trying to see. I don't know. Some Vom Robotuner, Susie. I
Vaughn
don't know who else.
Jabberwocky?
The numbers aren't updating weird. YouTube screwed up all their shit, which was another big conversation I had over this weekend with this bigwig I met with. That's going to take our show to the next level. That's all I can say. We'll talk about it off the air. So then today, let's fast forward to today.
Let's do it.
Some tickets went on sale.
The 9 Inch Nails tickets?
9 Inch Nails announced a tour yesterday. Tickets went on sale today, and I want to say fuck you to Ticketmaster, fuck you to Live Nation, fuck you to AXS. Y'all's systems are broken. In no way should, when tickets they say they're going on sale for their respected cities at 10 o'clock their local time. So when Colorado goes on sale at 10 a.m., Red Rocks, there's no way in hell I should be able to buy them off StubHub 5 minutes at 9:55.
I don't think that's the way it's supposed to work. But you heard the NFL's having a lot of problems with their tickets on the playoff games. It's an issue.
And
The
most
way
of them go
things
through
work.
Ticketmaster. This is the way it works. There's no way, if this is an artist pre-sale, I have the code from the artist, and so does everybody else that's in the, ever bought something off their merchandise store. You get emailed that code. There is no way 5 minutes before they go on sale, StubHub already has the tickets for sale. Who is a outlet of Ticketmaster? Or
Well-
owned by Ticketmaster?
Now, are these StubHub offices hiring people to get them?
No, I think Ticketmaster shovels over a batch of them to StubHub
It says
to
these
sell
are
for
yours.
resale. And another thing,
On pre-sale?
yeah, that let's hit a political hot button right now. When Joe Rogan tickets went on sale at Dickies,
Gone.
gone before, like a minute after they went on sale. But you could go on all the outlets, and they already had seats all over the place for sale.
Well, I thought we would use our credentials
10
for
minutes
that
in
one.
there. Oh, yeah. That'll be used.
Yeah. We got to get our knee pads on for that one.
We'll do that, knowing the people at Dickies. But still, it's still stupid.
Yeah, that sounds annoying.
And
For
so,
sure.
and both Ticketmaster and AXS, because you have to use AXS for Red Rocks. So you go through AXS.
See, I don't understand this. Why is there 2 outlets?
That happens all over the country, though.
there's
It just
2
depends
outlets
on
doing
who
a
controls the
pre-sale?
outlet. Yeah.
Okay. So
It's-
that's common practice.
Yeah. So AXS, you log in and they say, we're going to put you in a queue. And then you're sitting there in a queue. So I'm sitting in this queue for like 30 minutes, and it gets to the end of it, and it's like, and there's no tickets available.
Is the whole state of Colorado going to the shows?
Well, everybody travels to Red Rocks for any good show all over the country. They all fly
I
in for
thought
a
we
good
would
show.
be.
No, we're not done yet. And the Ticketmaster, they put you in a queue, and mine said there's 2,000. I looked for the Vegas tickets. I was like, well, let's go to Vegas and watch them. That'll be fun. We'll be at Planet Hollywood, and, we'll dick around.
What
Put you
venue
in
is it at,
line
though?
for their Zappos Arena. It's a badass little joint.
So it's not
Little badass theater.
pew pew.
No.
Okay.
It's not in the middle of a parking lot. It's a badass little venue. But it's when I got in the queue, it said there's 2,000 plus people ahead of you. You're going to have to wait. And that was right when they went on sale. And then I opened up. I had my phone doing one thing, my iPad doing something else. So I'm like, well, let's go over here to StubHub and see what happened. Oh yeah, you can buy tickets all over the fucking theater already. Right after they go on sale. And
Why didn't you do that?
because they're jacked up.
How much were they jacked up?
Anywhere from double to triple.
Man, it's so annoying. It's very annoying.
And Ticketmaster has a new policy which you have to click on when you go to their site. Due to demand for this event, ticket prices can fluctuate at any time.
So they go by demand.
So if there's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of people trying to get them at once, they jack the prices up. And if there's no one trying to get them, they bring them down.
Fuck this world, man.
Fuck Ticketmaster.
It's
all
par,
they
it's par
do,
for the
but there's
course for every
nothing-
large company in America, though. It's horse poo.
Everybody's fought Ticketmaster, but you're sucked into their goddamn world because no one will buck the system. And now AXS is backing up to it. All the other ticket outlets are doing it. Ticketfly seems to be pretty cool with shit.
I think
They're pretty just straightforward with.
every
want
company
these,
is
get it.
doing this, though, being real shitty right now because they got to make up for the inflation, the pandemic, and all this
Fuck
shit.
that. They
So they're
made
being
so
dicks.
much money off these service fees. They don't need shit.
They don't. You're absolutely right. They don't need all the money that they're making. They should give some relief to the common man, but they're not. They're not going to do that. You notice gas prices this week?
Yeah. Yeah, I filled up my car the other day. Right before it started. Or right.
Thanks, oatmeal.
Yeah. Haven't seen it. Well, premium at $4 in forever.
I
It's
like
fucking stupid.
I like the fact that they're still trying to save face in the Biden's administration still trying to save face and just getting up on the stage and just lying. Like this jobs report. Give me a fucking break.
And everybody everywhere is like, well, that's not right.
Yeah.
That's not true.
No, it's not a Democrat Republican thing at this
No.
point. Everybody's like, shut the fuck up,
But-
man.
That what you just reported is not true.
It's just like
whatsoever.
the you see. I've seen this several times. You see aisles clear. Well, that happens every year around this time. No, it does not fucking happen every time this year. This is the first time that I've gone to several stores and seen aisles completely fucking empty.
Dude, went to Sam's Sunday.
How'd they look?
Their meat and produce section,
Bare.
barren. It is weird.
Thanks, oatmeal.
Weird. Now everything else seemed halfway decent, or they made it look halfway decent.
Mhm.
But when you go back there, their meat area, and then a guy I worked with went to Costco on Sunday too, and he said Costco was the same way. All their meat and everything is just gone.
That's why you got to learn to live off the land.
So like we were talking about a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. I started.
But now
my,
you got to worry about white-tailed deer having this fucking parasite in them.
Well, they've Are you talking about the one that's in their nose?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's something common with deer.
and how it will take over your human brain. That's what everybody's saying. It's fucking.
I think you just
hilarious.
scrape it out and move along.
Maybe so.
It could be we could be talking about two different things.
I don't know. You
But
cook
there's
something hot
some
enough, it
mites.
kills everything in it.
There's mites that live in the nostrils of deer.
Oh, and then there's
And-
the COVID in deer.
Yeah,
rampant.
that's up in was it Ohio?
They're saying white-tailed deer have COVID like
Isn't that
crazy.
crazy? That's nuts.
Like, and they're like, what they say, the only way you can get it from them is if you're like If
they
you
not
walk
have
up to them
boosters
and
for 'em?
kiss them, or yeah, why aren't we boosting the deer? Why isn't there a mandate that these fucking deer can't run around on?
These deers are running around
people's property?
maskless, man.
Yeah. Why aren't we putting masks on deer?
Those deer aren't 6 feet apart. What the hell's going on here?
Really? Are they trucking stuff across Canadian borders? Are the deer?
Are we going to get into that
bouncing-
some?
I do want to get into that
Because no one else is in America.
It's awesome.
It's
so great.
amazing what the mainstream media is doing right
No.
now.
What's awesome is I have it down here in the show notes. We can go ahead and roll into it because after we just
Oh,
say,
we can keep the order. I'm not
No,
stuck on any
fuck
order. We can do it
Ticketmaster.
the way- We're done.
I fucking hate.
Ticketmaster.
I hate ticket.
You're
I hate
dead.
all these ticket outlets, and it's just a pain in the ass. I feel sorry for the common man that just wants to go see a show of their favorite band.
They needed to do the Pearl
And it's a
Jam
pain in the
route where
ass.
they mailed out the tickets after when they got into a fight
Yeah.
with Ticketmaster. They need to do that. Just go back
Just
to
find
all these
the
bands need to
independent
just
to do
start
it.
doing independent mail. Do the Unabomber style.
Yeah, yeah. Now we're talking. Now you got my ears perked up.
That's a historical document.
It is a historical document. Industrial society, and what is it? Industrial revolution in society and its effects on society, or whatever it is. God, I just went blank. I love the Unabomber.
Can I ask you a quick question?
That
I
guy.
haven't geeked out on the Unabomber as much as you, obviously. I don't think because
I want to follow in his
you have a
footsteps.
shed a lot like it. So, but
Industrial society and its future.
is it true that is it documented besides him just saying that he was an experiment with MK Ultra, or was it actually documented that he was in Harvard and was getting
He was
experimented with, and it was MK Ultra tactics?
he was a professor at Harvard.
He wasn't a professor. He was a kid.
Was
Or
he?
unless they changed they might have changed the story for the show. But he was a kid. Remember, he went to college early.
Yeah. And he was doing those, from what I remember, it's like those drug tests. Like,
He's doing all kinds of stuff.
we'll pay you so much money to do
Right.
this medical. Like, you used to always see in the back of the Observer. And I think we have a friend that used to run and do these all the time, which
he
may
not anymore?
explain some fucking things.
Does he not anymore? Is he completely quit?
Huh. I don't know.
Because he was not shy, but he's like, "This is good money, man." Remember when he did a week and said he made over 10 grand? It was a weird inside burp, backwards burp.
That might put some light on some things.
You're mean.
What am I being mean about? You never know what they're doing to him. What if that was an MK Ultra?
I would never do that.
I wouldn't. There's no way. There's no telling what they
When I
pump you up with.
when I discovered that fine fact about that fine gentleman, I was shocked. And he was kind of supportive about it.
Yeah, let's do it. This is how they figure out how to
That's how he bought his first guitar, I think.
stop cancer and the spread of cancer and stuff. And I was like, I don't know. what
Especially
but some
the
of
one
the
where you gotta
times it's
go
just a
away
placebo.
when you got to go away for a week or 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah,
Goodness gracious.
you got to be shut off from society.
Quarantined. You have to take an
Yeah.
elevator like 4 miles down into the earth.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I can't remember, but I thought he was doing a bunch of those things.
He did do a. I know he did. Oh, you're talking about. Are you going back to Unabomber?
Kaczynski. Yeah.
Yeah, but so that. Okay, yeah.
I think he was, if
I'm
I
sure
remember right.
the
There's another documentary that I watched that was about all that, but it's been a long time.
they do church
what
up
led
some
him
of the
down there.
scenes in that Unabomber. The reason why we're talking about this is because I recently started a series that's been out since like 2017.
No, I thought we were following in his philosophy now.
Well,
Thought
that
was a
too.
joke. Okay.
We should change the name of the podcast to the Unabomber Massacre podcast.
We'll figure that out. Who's a local
The Cuban
No,
Unabomber.
we have that one.
miss-
Who is a local or owner, sports owner, or coach with Ted?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna start a show. We should just start a podcast called Industrial Society and Its Future, and see.
We'd get so many weirdos.
See if anybody's
real
just like,
quick.
huh? Really?
The
What's
church
this
of
about?
process and the
And each show we just break down a page.
throw in the Church of Process too in there.
The Church of
And
Process.
so the name of the show is the Church of Process and the what's it called? What's the
Industrial Society and its future.
Oh my gosh, we'd have weirdos. They'd be so disappointed too.
We'd be popping up on people's radar. I mean,
sure.
Jerry Jones from Massacre already puts us on the radar.
We might have just done it too.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
The thing that's funny
You're gonna
is
analyze your
everyone that
voice.
would listen to that podcast would immediately turn it off after about 5 minutes.
You're like,
This isn't what I thought it was. They're joking about farts, like burping
Yeah.
out your butt.
Why do they keep talking about dicks? I want to learn about.
They're talking about backwards throw up. I got a buddy who's well, I went to visit him in Castle Rock a couple weeks ago. He just found out today in 3 weeks he has to go, he found out today that in March he has to go to India for 3 weeks. I was like, well, he already knows it's going to be butt pee fest.
Where is he going in India?
I haven't even gotten into that.
Just tell him.
Dicey, man, sketchy.
Especially now. Well, no, they're actually pretty good because they take ivermectin.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. No, yeah,
As
that's
far
true. I'm
as-
talking about the butt peeing though.
Yeah, that's it's gonna happen in India. You're gonna have a bout of
You take a lot of Imodium AD.
yeah.
Can you smuggle Imodium AD? Is
Imodium AD.
that a We Are Fortress song?
You cover Sepultura and change Chaos AD to
To
Imodium AD. Yeah. So here's what we'll do. No, I'm not going to do that. We'll talk about this later. Because it's 52 pages, Industrial Society and its future, and we could just break down a paragraph at a time, and that will be the entire podcast. Because he numbered all the paragraphs, and it's like you can turn to the book of Industrial Society and its future, chapter 1, verse 4, kind of like the Bible. But to some of us, this is real. If I download this,
You're gonna be on the radar.
and I did.
Go ahead and download Mein Kampf too.
Okay.
That's a joke.
The RoboTuner.
RoboTuner's the only one in the chat room. Him and the Shamalama Ding Dong.
I bet he'll pass over 100
Vladimir
scam
Putin.
call centers
Do what?
in India. I had a trip thing.
A
Oh,
trip?
that's what I had. I had a question for you. Right now, I will pay for this trip. Heads up. Okay? It's a free trip for you.
How can I pass it up?
You just have to pay for your food. I mean, lodging and flight will
Is it
be
gonna
taken
make me
care of.
butt
You gotta
pee?
maybe. But right now, tomorrow, or
Well, I have to take some time off of work. So
yeah,
sure.
we'll have to schedule this. So like 3 days from now. Let's say 3 days from now. You go to work, you tell them I need a week off, emergency happened, we got to go. Paid for flight and paid for lodging and paid for tour because we'll have to pay for the tour.
Chernobyl.
We head to Ukraine, to Kyiv
Good
right now
gosh,
and drive up to Pripyat. Would you do it?
that's ballsy.
I mean, we would be on the front line of if
That'd be
all hell
very
breaks
ballsy.
loose, we're in the middle of it.
I would do it for notoriety's sake because we'd be all over the place. We'd become international podcast stars immediately.
Just because we're there when World War III is about to break out.
Yes.
Like, we could be touring Pripyat and Chernobyl and just see rockets fly over.
How much to go to the neutral zone or whatever they like between the two armies, just facing off, looking at each other to go, guys, time out. I'm an American. I get it. But I'm a Texas American. Let's talk about some things. Come
Read
on.
my shirt. Fuck you. I'm from Texas.
You Russians, y'all bring some vodka. You Ukrainians, bring some mota. We meet in the middle
Would
and we talk this out.
you would be Biden's best buddy if that worked out.
Two jackasses from a podcast out of Fort
jackass
Worth,
pod-
Texas,
yeah.
decided to go over to
And we cool everyone off with
Yeah.
dick jokes and farts.
oatmeal brain jokes.
And we just sit down and read them Industrial Society and its future.
We're all.
And we play them some songs.
This could be the last show now at this point.
But I was thinking about that today. Would you, like,
If I didn't have family and stuff, I'd be very tempted to do that.
well, what do you consider family? the girls?
Yeah, children.
the children, but like
I usually consider children family. I think that's how you're supposed to do it, the whole dad thing.
I'm looking at it right now. We'd be right there. I mean, you're right there, the northern border of Belarus and Ukraine. You're just in Moscow's a stone's throw away. You're pretty close to where the forces are amassing, according to satellite photos.
And then here's the kicker too, because once it got out that we were over there doing this, just podcasting
yeah,
and hanging out, the media would be all on our nuts, and it'd be funny if we just like, we'll only speak to Rogan.
we're only going to talk to one man and one man only. Who's that? Rogan.
Or Alex.
I didn't know this in Belarus. They call it when you cross the border, it's the Pulaski State Radiocological Reserve.
Is that a Meshuggah album?
I think it's a good way to say this is a fallout zone. Don't go
I
eating beer here.
I haven't been updated on the whole. When I went to Colorado, I just kind of haven't paid attention because it was too depressing. Has there been some updates
About over there?
I know that it wasn't The Guardian, but there was a website that was already putting up live updates from the Russian attack on Ukraine as if it had already happened.
Well, everybody in the east is starting to move from Kyiv. Kyiv's in the middle of the Ukraine.
Right.
From there, everybody's trying to move to the west, and all the bordering countries, Poland, Hungary, Romania, are getting ready for a flock of refugees escaping the Ukraine. And all U.S. diplomats and...
They've been pulled for a while, haven't they?
Yeah, the diplomats and the anybody that was over there visiting, whatever. But if you're an American citizen, you were told to leave and get out. And supposedly Russia has now amassed over 100,000 troops along the border and have brought a bunch of hardware in by train, tanks, rocket launchers, all that crap, armored personnel. And then today there was a report of a Russian fleet moving into the Black Sea that is 6 warships and submarines.
Is there no way that the Ukraine just gives it up and says, oh, okay, we just take it over? Because there are pro-Russians that are in the country. Not everyone in that country wants to give the bird to Russia.
Yeah, I don't...
There's a lot of other moving parts and stuff.
That whole area has a lot of pro-Russia.
Completely dodged by U.S. media because they're just concentrated on oatmeal brain's response and blaming this all on Trump somehow.
What's the pipeline that Russia and
the-
Germany have?
It's the.
They always talk about.
It's the
Is it Nord Stream?
Nord Stream.
The
yeah.
Nord Stream pipeline?
Nord
Did
Stream
you hear
2,
what Biden said?
about how they will shut it down? You're like, you don't have the capability of shutting it down. If they want to
He
start
didn't
running
say
oil
shut it
through
down.
What do you say? Destroy it?
They will destroy it. If we go to war, he will destroy that pipeline between Russia and Germany.
He's the one that made the deal. Biden's the one that fucking made the deal. He's the one that shut down our pipeline, our energy pipeline, put millions of people, or not millions, but thousands of people out of a job, and then goes and says, but we're going to help this pipeline out over here for Vladimir Putin. Now he's talking about destroying it?
Now he said that we would bomb the living bejeepers out of those forces. And blow it up.
Everyone knows that's not going to happen. Biden's not going to do that.
But they aren't.
And 2,
Germany's not going to like that.
Germany's not going to like that.
So
and
let's
3,
just piss all over Germany,
I
who
like
is
how-
now building
well,
up.
Not only that, they're not just saying that. They're also saying that it's not workable. And,
the Nord Stream isn't.
Yeah, and everybody's like, well, it's finished. Like, all that
there's
has
2.
to happen is there has to be a switch turned on.
There's a Nord Stream 1 that I believe has been running.
2
forever.
is the one we're talking
But
about.
Nord
I
Stream
think.
2
It's ready.
is ready. It's just not running.
Yeah, there's no oil going through it yet. But the thing is, the oatmeal brain and his idiot people keep saying, oh, they don't have the, they can't just turn it on. Yes, they can. You have Germany's cooperation? Yep. You have Russia's cooperation? Yep. Turn it on.
Turn it on. It's between those two countries. It doesn't involve us.
Does Oatmeal Brain think we're just going to get on Nintendo and up, down, left, right, BA, start?
We're going to
And
release
stop it?
2 Akari warriors to take out the place.
He's an idiot,
Red
man.
bandana, blue bandana, and they're just going to march through the field.
Is
as
there
we
any
scroll
debate
up.
at all? He's going to go down as the worst president ever of the United States? Because I don't think there's going to be many more presidents of the United States. So he's
What's
going to
gonna
take
happen?
it. He's going to take it.
Are we going to have a... Please tell me
That's
we're gonna
another
get
show.
A,
If you want to know my theory of what's going to happen in the next 10 years, that's another show.
are we going to become a monarchy?
Well, we're not. We're going to be the Republic of Texas, but
I want to... Who was it that was just asking me about? Did you know there's a Republic of Texas? And these
Basically,
guys that
okay.
everybody would know? I was like, yeah.
here's the deal. You saw what happened to Russia in the 90s, right? That's exactly what's going to is on the verge of happening to the USA. We're going to be divided up, and we're going to be having this kind of thing happen all the time. We're going to be always worrying about the U.S. invading Texas.
But that's going to interrupt all my Amazon orders. I can't have that happen. I mean, I got to have shit sent for me from
I'm
California.
glad you got your priorities straight, man.
If we go to Civil War, my Amazon orders are going to be fucked.
Yeah, what's up with Amazon deciding in the middle of all this shit they're going to hike up the price again, another $20?
Yeah, they tried to slide that under the radar.
It's like, whoop. Ooh,
Spotify and Rogan
Oatmeal Brain.
are getting hit,
and
and
Ukraine.
all hell's about to break loose over there, and we can just slip this on the radar. We'll jack up Prime.
No, I noticed it, Amazon.
I saw
noticed
what you're
it.
doing. You make enough. You make enough.
It's like the second time in like 5 years, right? That it's gone up.
Yeah.
And we're not talking $5 here, $5 there.
What's that little Russian country that's just stuck, or that little Russian property?
Kazakhstan?
Is that what it is?
I
That's
don't
just
know.
stuck in the middle of Europe? I can't ever
No
remember what it
idea.
is.
I'm not, honestly, I don't know much about the country of Mother Russia.
Oh, you don't?
I don't know where, if you told me to point to Moscow on a map, there's 0% chance I would get it. Now, Siberia, I could get because it's huge.
Yeah. Not much happens over there.
But as far as the Kremlin and where that's all at, and Moscow and Sochi and all that, no idea. I might as well be pointing in Oklahoma.
I don't remember what it's called. But man,
It's-
it's
I
this
think it's-
little bitty tiny thing.
I
It's
don't
kind
know.
of badass. And I was like, it just sits all alone, all out there by itself in the middle of Europe. And it's like 2 miles by 2 miles. It's like just barely bigger than the Vatican. It's very weird.
Russia does a lot of things weird.
Russian. Let's see, Russia territory in Europe. I can't remember. It's like
Smallest. Look up smallest Russian territory in Russia.
Savali-Wakistan or some shit.
Watauga.
Yeah, something. It's Watauga.
Wataugastan.
They own goddamn Watauga. I can't remember what it is. This is why we need a producer to sit here and run through this stuff. Find
Yeah.
it.
We need one that's
Not
not
get
going to
us.
get run off by us. We get good producers and then we run them off.
One that can take jokes. We're laughing. It's funny. Ha
It's
ha ha.
funny. It's funny.
Everything's
Yeah, it's
funny.
Good
Ha, ha,
stuff.
ha, ha. It is. Is it Sevastopol? No, that's in Crimea in the Black Sea. What the fuck is it? It's this little thing. I have it right here on the map. It's this little bitty tiny red thing right here.
Oh,
Oh, oops.
like Red Rocket?
Little red rocket.
Red Rocket of Russia?
Little red rocket of Russia.
It's like a Doberman on its back?
God dang it. Can't remember
Little
anybody in the
push
chat
up.
room. It's not Kazakhstan. Although I want to go to
Is
Kazakhstan.
is RoboTuner just talking to himself in there?
No, he's talking to us.
Is no one in there?
There's
What
other
a
people in there.
shame.
I don't know. There's a bunch of people showing up on the chart here or on the deal.
Say hi, everybody that's listening. We'd like to hear from you.
Say hi as we talk about Canadian truckers. And the funniest thing, I gotta say, if you don't know what's going on, Canada, the truckers in Canada have gone to gone to Ottawa and gone to their Parliament building, and basically surrounded all of Ottawa with trucks,
And horns.
and they honk their horns.
Which is
And they have shut down. This is a protest because they don't want to have to be mandated to have the vaccine or boosters in order to drive cargo from Canada into the U.S. and back and forth.
They're giving the proverbial bird to Trudeau.
Wait, I thought it was Ottawa. I thought Ottawa was someplace.
It is
where
Ottawa.
Yeah, why did RoboTuner say Toronto?
There's been talks about them going to different cities, but the focus has been the onus
Yeah,
has. I've always wanted to use that word. The onus has been
in Ottawa, because that's
Ottawa.
where the Parliament right is, right? And their Parliament building, isn't that where Trudeau is and all that?
well, no one knows where Trudeau is.
Oh, well, that's true. Although he came out today.
Barrel
and-
chesting, doing like that. Like,
So there's so many crazy things because first off, the way Canadians protest is amazing. They're great.
they're very friendly,
They
just like everything else.
they started setting up bounce houses around.
They had a dance
The
party, a
Parliament
DJ
building.
dance party.
Yeah, they turned into a big party and they started dancing.
like a rave.
And they, yeah. Oh, he's going to Toronto in April. That's right. I heard about that on your show. That's kind of badass.
Who is?
RoboTuner.
Oh,
He's going to Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto's a beautiful city, and you better go down and see Niagara Falls while you're there, because you're
Easy
right there
to-
at the back door. And Toronto strip clubs are insane. They will touch you and rub you and
Well,
do things to you
and,
at the table.
and that's different. How?
I had a friend that used to run up there all the time. Like that was his little Amsterdam. I can go up there and get off in a club.
There's guys like that
There
have money and they're
are.
just going to go spend all their money at the Bunny Ranch once a year.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna go bang a bunch of chicks up there and come home. No big deal. Strippers, but whatever. Anyway, this convoy rolls into Ottawa,
Looks like we got us a convoy.
and the bounce houses crack me up. The dance party cracks me up. Now, the aggravation is the honking the horn all the time.
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan of it, but it would get kind of tiring. But
Protest is supposed to be uncomfortable for
It
people.
is.
We've learned that from BLM and the Democrats.
and they're being
And Antifa.
peaceful. They're being peaceful. There's no violence.
Well, the cops are being dicks,
The cops are being dicks, but the truckers
stealing their fuel
for the
and
most
everything.
part. Now, here's where things get weird, and I get aggravated. The GoFundMe side of this. You've heard about this, right?
I've heard about this, and it's very agitating.
So GoFundMe, someone set up a GoFundMe to basically for the truckers union for their families and stuff, since they're not working, blah blah blah, to help pay out and disperse any expenses the truckers are going through, and to also get some money to the truckers for fuel if they run out of fuel up there while trying to stay warm or living. A lot of these people are living in the cabs of their truck because you can. So GoFundMe, all these people, they end up raising $9 million through GoFundMe. And GoFundMe steps in and goes, yeah, this, we don't support protests like this because it's non-peaceful.
Yeah, they said it was
And the
violent.
Canadian
There was
government,
violence.
the Canadian government has said this is a violent protest, which it hasn't been. That it's a violent protest, and so not only are we not going to give your money back to you that you donated to the GoFundMe.
I think they
No,
double backed on that.
they did
though.
double back on it, but the first thing they said, which sent everybody through the roof and plummeted their stock and everything, was they said they were going to distribute that $9 million to charities of their choice.
Where's GoFundMe headquarters at? Can you have our producer look that up?
Give me just a second, I'll tell you. But they are, where are they at? Let's see here.
I don't. While you're looking that up, can I rant on it a little bit more? What kind of crazy world do we live in right now that the progressives and liberals and Democrats are not in support of the working class protesting?
Because we're flipping again.
It's because it's the elitist. Democrats are elitist now.
He said Redwood City, California. RoboTuner
where-
looked it up.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, RoboTuner.
Thank you, Tuner.
And they have 7 office locations across 3 countries. But we're seeing a flip again. It's just
Like the
it's
slavery
obvious.
flip.
If you sit back and just watch.
When Democrats were totally all about the slaves, we're seeing the same exact thing.
we're starting to see another flip again to where they're becoming more
Elitist.
worried about the elitist and the rich and the billionaires of this world and not the working class. And that's a big reason why Bernie was stepped on
Oh,
all
totally,
these past few years.
totally.
And it's totally ignored by everything else.
Do you think?
What's going on?
Do you think mano a mano, a debate? Let's say back when Oatmeal Brain was his Adderall and cocaine was still working a little bit.
When he dropped the M-bomb?
Would he hold any candle to Bernie Sanders in a debate?
No. Bernie's sharp. Even now, I mean, the last time I saw him live when he was here in Fort Worth,
Mm-hmm.
dude was sharp and quick and very on his game.
Well, did you see?
so you get him younger versus a
Oh, yeah.
younger Biden? No. There's no way.
There's no way now. If they did it now, Bernie would light him. What
Oh,
is this
yeah.
guy talking about?
Yeah.
He's Oatmeal Brain. Listen to him.
Yeah. It's not that the Democrats fucked up. They had a plan in place.
And it's just blown up in their face.
I think this is the way they want it to go. I think they only care about the elitist. It's starting to become fuck the middleman and fuck the truck drivers, fuck the labor workers of this country. We don't care about them anymore. Even unions are getting that way, which our unions are mainly Democrat. But the unions are starting to fall apart because they're like, fuck the working class. All we care about is the
So-
elite. All we care about is our fucking guys that are going into space, our billionaires that are going into space. That's
And
what we want to focus
our
on.
tech giants.
And our tech giants. And how they
I
have
have a-
control of everything. And everybody's a number, and we're just going to harvest information from them.
So, question then. You've seen the pictures that have come out of DC, which would be huge news if we didn't have an idiot legacy media. The walls they're putting. It looks like an embassy,
Yeah.
a U.S. embassy now, because they have 2 leveled walls.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some that say that's because of World War III. They're getting ready for World War III. But then there's others, which the Oatmeal Brain side and stuff is saying is for domestic terrorism and civilian
Unrest.
people being unrest. I think it's all both, but mainly they're doing things right now. That's why they issued the terror warning today about how there's going to be some domestic terrorists, because they know they have offended the whole fucking country is pissed off of them. It's not just
They're
one militant
breeding
group at this
this.
point. They are breeding it.
The leaders in control of this country are breeding this.
They are.
It's like we've talked about in the past with these kids that go to school and shoot them up, and you find out they were bullied this whole time.
That's what the U.S. citizens are right now.
You keep poking them, you keep
Keep
knocking
poking
them down.
You're going
and
to wake
you
the sleeping
keep-
giant at some
You
point.
keep beating them up, you keep taking their lunch money, whatever. There's going to be a time where it's like, all right, I'm done.
Homie,
I
don't
can't.
play this anymore.
Yeah, I'm tired of this. And it's not the right, it's not the right radicals that the media keeps telling you. It's everybody. Everybody's tired of all this shit. Everybody's tired of everything. Everybody's tired of not being able to get fucking groceries. Everybody's tired of
Being
paying
lied to.
through the roof for gas, like we talked about earlier, being taxed for all sorts of stupid bullshit. They're fixing to throw another 12%. I think that's what they said, what Shauna told me. Just a 12% tax on everything in the state of California. For any resident there, on everything.
That's one you
How the
nailed.
fuck
That's
do you
one
pay
major
for this
reason
shit?
that the country is really mad is because of the governor of California and how he's been so like fucking flaunted that he's elite from the get go. Remember, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a day when they were saying that Gavin Newsom was going to be the next president of the United States.
We would have been
That guy has
way in a
fallen from.
hole.
I'm surprised he even is alive. Honestly, the way he's treated California, one of my favorite states in
can't-
America, he has just pulled his pants down, rubbed one out, and took a shit all over that country.
I can't
Or I'm sorry,
talk about
state.
him without
State
thinking of
California.
landing in LAX and him doing his little speech. Hi, I'm Gavin Newsom. Welcome to the state of California. La 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 la. Put a dick in your mouth.
You know what's funny is that's what the mayor of Dallas does at Love Field.
Yeah. They all started doing them everywhere.
I don't think he
The put a dick in your mouth. That's the Kevin Smith thing. But everybody's getting fed up. Everybody's
It really
getting
is
done,
everyone.
and
It's all races. It's all political groups. It's all religions. It's
you
everyone's
talk
getting done with it.
If you sit down and have a talk with anybody anywhere, no matter what side of the fence they're on, what they believe, everybody's just getting tired of this. No one, I don't care if you're left or right, likes going to the grocery store and 3 times a week and there's no bread.
Yeah. They also, another theory about this terrorism warning that they issued today or yesterday, I can't remember, is that it's heavily directed towards the Jewish community. And that leads me to believe,
Thanks, Whoopi.
that leads me to believe that the way they have handled the border. Now, I'm not a big shut the border guy. Okay, that's never been one of my hills to fight on. But it's obvious that there are people besides Southern American or South American countries that are coming to the United States. Hence, we just had a hostage situation right down the road. And you know how we were talking about all the weird stuff behind that a couple of weeks ago down in Colleyville?
Did you fly?
That is what I think also. They're like, dude, we have fucked up by letting anybody come into our country right now. And it's starting to sound like on the back channels that we're about to pay the piper with these people that have come that have aggression, that are anti-Semitic. Like their religion is anti-Semitic.
You know what I want?
Sex?
No. Well, besides that.
Lick it off me.
You've seen Machete, right? Machete?
Yeah, of course.
The end of it?
Yeah.
Where the phone, everybody's phone and pagers go off, and they're like, it's about time we rise. And they just start, everybody
Like
that's
sleeper
been,
cells?
Yeah.
Bunch of sleeper cells?
But it's all, Mexicans from Mexico and stuff, and they're all like, F it, we're done being maids and landscapers and stuff, and they just all start grabbing their tools and
fucking everybody up.
fucking everybody
Well, that's
up.
not what I'm talking about though. I'm talking about the people that are coming in masked as people from South America and Mexico, but they are actually wanted ISIS operatives.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah, Oatmeal Brain says it doesn't happen. So
no one comes through the borders of what the fuck?
Hello?
You can look it off me.
Timeout on the show.
We're about to get shot. I hope all the video's running. I won't expect anybody. Is it the dog? No, back up, Roxy. Yeah. She just beat on the door. It's like, that's weird. It did. All right. Anyway, Canadian truckers, I support you guys. I think what you're doing is good. Y'all are being peaceful. Trudeau did say today that
he's buying free pizza for everyone.
No.
Or he's buying pizza.
If he finds out that any American is sending money to the Canadian truckers or funding any funds, he will issue them a Canadian court warrant.
Well, that's going to get people on his side.
Well, I think it'd be badass if JJTM had a Canadian court warrant hanging on the wall in here.
Yeah, that would be good decoration.
I mean, that would be pretty damn funny. Now, we could never go to Canada again, ever.
We got Oklahoma.
That's close enough.
So let me ask you one more question on this trucker thing. Do you think that this could happen in America?
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Che
Do you
about
think
this.
it might happen in America after this?
Well, I was talking to Che about this the other night, and I was telling him I wish it would happen because I don't think enough people respect the trucking industry like they should. I think everybody thinks that truckers are just a bunch of redneck child abusers or sex traffickers or whatever.
Arm wrestlers.
That just arm wrestlers, yeah. That they're just all trash. And I know a lot of truck drivers that are not and make very good money and own their rigs outright because they make so much money and do whatever hauls they want. And I think if the truck drivers just went on strike for 2 days That's enough.
or pilots.
I think the truckers are worse.
But the
than
pilots
pilots.
have talked about it though. This
The
has
pilots
come up
have talked
before.
about it, and it's not commercial pilots. You're talking about like business,
Logistics?
logistics pilots, right?
Well, I don't know. I thought it was passenger pilots too.
I just want the ATOC to go down,
The what?
or ATC to go down. I want the ATC to go on strike, and that will just fuck everything up for a while.
Well, if it's not okay, let's think about this for a little bit.
If you get rid
Trucks-
of air traffic controllers, all walk out,
It's over.
it's over.
Yeah, we're shut down.
Yeah. So the air's done. If trucks just stop what they're doing and are not shipping goods to the grocery stores, to your mail, your Amazon,
What's another
around
occupation besides
your
those two?
UPS,
Because the also you've had law enforcement and say that they were going to do it and just walk out a couple of times during the
Who did
pandemic.
it? Seattle did it,
I can't-
right? I thought it was someone up there. Their police force went on
Yeah.
strike for 3 days, and all hell broke loose. It wasn't talked about at all.
No, none of this shit's talked about, dude.
Pittsburgh or something like that.
Have
they
you
all went
heard
on
how
strike.
much? Have you heard the percentage of police officers that have been killed this last year?
Yeah, it's through the roof.
It's like it's gone up 73%.
Yeah,
That's insane.
what Houston had like
And how
6 in 1 weekend.
there's
or some
only
shit?
there's only one explanation. It's the flawed policies of these dimwits. Oatmeal brain
It's-
and Laffy McAfee.
I think it's people getting angry with authority because of what's being oppressed on them, and them
Oh,
and
man, not me.
the closest output is to take out that
I don't
whatever's
think
close to you.
that I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, but I'm telling you this, man. This is on the blood of these officers is on the media's hands. Because the media has pushed this. The media has made these
the media
groups,
has made
these
the cops evil.
right.
Remember, we've talked about this for the last 2 years.
Yeah, the media.
Back and forth about how all cops are evil. ABC or Abacab or whatever the fuck people are spray painting everywhere. All cops are bad. Not all cops are bad. It's like anything. You have bad apples anywhere. But
well,
people are fucking stupid. That's
So-
what it is. And I'm fucking tired of stupid fucking people.
I am too.
I'm
It's
tired
out
of
of control.
I'm
The stupidity right now that is across the board all through our country right now, starting at the tippy top with oatmeal brain, is insane. Some of the things
I'm
you hear
to
people
the point
say, you're like
of grabbing a rifle and just breaking down.
going deer hunting for white
For me,
shades of white deer, tail deer.
not doing Michael Douglas. Well, I'm a Michael Douglas Ticketmaster's office, but
Well, okay. No, I don't want to chase a rabbit because I like what we're talking about. The so we've
I
said
totally understand
we've
what-
said
what's wrong with
truckers,
them.
right? We've
Mhm.
said the air traffic controllers, pilots. What's
Mm-hmm.
another group that you think that could just shut it the fuck down if they decided to strike and just or not strike but protest?
Well, we already kind of have it. The shipping ports,
Well, that's that. No, okay,
with the ships
Right.
coming in, the ports shutting
that's
down.
involuntary though. They can't do anything because of the stupid ass policies that Newsom and Oatmeal Brain have put together that it keeps ships 15 miles out.
Yeah,
Has that cleared up any?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at that radar. You want to hear something fucking stupid? And
Farmers.
I'm trying
is
to
what I
think-
was going to say.
farmers.
But the problem is, guess who is there to sell you things if you want, you like?
Monsanto.
China.
Mhm.
China is trying to
Oh, they
is trying to
bought
control all our
the
farming
farms.
too.
Yeah, and Monsanto.
Hello.
You know what's pissed me off? This is the dumbest thing ever. And it's so this weekend we were supposed to my cousin, young cousin, he's in the Navy, but he's being shipped off to Burma, Myanmar, something like that. I forgot where it was. And I have no idea why he's going over there. I'm going to ask him that when we see him this weekend. Like, why the fuck are you going over there? It was somewhere weird. I was like, why are you going there? But we are trying to have a going away dinner for him. Well, the whole family get together.
Yeah.
He wanted to go somewhere nice with steaks,
Chili's.
some TGI Fridays. We told him how many. We called around all these different steak places from Del Frisco's
All frozen meat.
to Grace to all the way down to Outback. Okay, everything. We can't serve a party of that size because we don't have the staff to do it. We're sorry.
I've seen that.
We can't handle a party of that size. What the fuck?
I've seen that. I've seen it at some accounts of mine.
I went to Griff's today, burgers, because I'm working in Haltom City, and I wanted a good Griff burger. And they have a sign up there that says, please excuse us, we're running slow because we don't have. But if you know anyone or if you're interested, we're starting at $10 an hour, and I need people during the week, at nights, and on the weekends.
No one's going to do that, though. That's the problem with the minimum wage. Everybody wanting to raise the minimum wage. You fucking kill mom and pop shops. If you don't subsidize and help out mom and pop shops, and then all of a sudden you decide that you can work at McDonald's for $15 an hour, well, guess what you just did? You just squashed every burger joint in America that is trying to make a living. That's the one thing that I love the thought, the utopic thought of us all making one wage. That's awesome. I love that thought. Like the whole minimum wage going up. That sounds great. But not only does the whole cost of living go up with that, which you'll talk to a libda every once in a while, and they'll try to explain to you. They'll use some ass backwards math about how, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. No, it is. That's how business works. That's how money works.
And if you go back and you look at every other time
that's what happens.
The minimum wage was raised, it's happened.
You want to piss off
now we've gone
you want to
way
piss
over.
off a libda, you fucking go ahead and bring up facts. When you bring up facts, they don't know what to do.
Well, that's when you get into
They call it. Well, that's when they call you a racist.
Or you're dumb and you're stupid.
You're a
and you need to shut
you're
up.
a Trump voter or something.
You know what you're
nope,
talking about.
Not really.
No, no,
I'm not a conservative.
Nope. No.
Just because I align with conservatives
What
right
was
now,
it?
that shows you how fucked up the country is. When Matt Stubbs aligns with conservatives more than libs, that shows you we're in an ass backwards condition right now.
Because everything's flipping.
You know what's funny?
Everything is flipping. Watch it.
Who
Stand
came
back
in here the other
and
day and
watch.
was talking about how it might have been you when you were talking about how you were getting into some Reddit threads and people were like, man, you guys are fucked. I've seen some of that
yeah,
anti-work and stuff.
Yeah.
That I think it was Sosa was
Yeah,
telling us about
Sosa was
that.
in here and talking about it, and he was.
It's not just it's sports too. It's any kind of thread that you go in that's international. They're like, you guys are fucked. And the only thing that the world is right now is worried about what happens to your nukes when you dissolve.
Things have been pushed so far, like to the max. Like you brought up athletes and their contracts and how much they make and everything. We have pushed everything to the max so far that there's no turning back, and we're reaching a bubble where everything is just going to pop.
Yeah, it's a class war.
Yeah, everything's going to pop.
There's not going
and
to be
that's
a middle
what's being
class.
lined up.
Everything that's happened in the last year has been an attack on the middle class.
We used to always joke that in California, there is no middle class in California. There hadn't been for years.
Just service industry and elites.
Yeah, is all it really was out there. Well, that has now trickled
Blossomed.
across the country. And no matter how rich you are, the same 25-cent piece of lead will end your life as it does mine.
Yeah,
And
I know.
And it all depends on who you piss off.
A lot of people don't believe. That's the thing that's also funny about since we're hitting some politics, hot sports opinions. Thank you, Ticket. That's one thing that is funny when you hear these people on these the legacy media talking about how the January 6th insurrectionists, that we've got to keep them at bay. Look at what they did. The guys you have to worry about were not the ones that went to Washington on January 6th. Trust me.
It's all the guys that sat
It's
back.
the guys that sat back and the guys that have come fresh overseas, like come back and are veterans and have fought in our
Those
stupid
are all
ass wars.
cosplayers.
Exactly. Those are LARPers. The real ones, they weren't setting foot in DC. You know why?
Look,
Because they're smart.
The one person
stay
in
off the
Dallas,
grid.
the one person they bitched at in Dallas and threw the biggest fit about was a fucking real estate agent.
Yeah.
A female real estate agent that had access to a jet or her own jet or
Yeah,
whatever.
everybody's worried about these oath
Yeah.
takers or oath breakers or whatever they're called. Okay, you guys worry about them.
Well, in 90% of them feds anyway.
That's what. Well, the mask guys.
A lot of all these little groups that you know about
Who
are
those?
feds.
Okay, we haven't talked about that yet. The guys with the white mask that keeps the Lincoln Project keeps posing as. What
know
are
who
they?
they are.
I forgot what they're called. They're called like the Patriot Act of America or something like that.
I
Or the
don't
Patriot
know.
Squad. But dude, is it not freaky that they just keep showing up and nobody really knows who the fuck they are? Everybody's assuming they're feds.
Yeah.
Fuck, they could be KGB for all you know.
You don't know what's underneath that weird ass white mask.
And all they do is put signs up. They don't really yell or anything. They just do their little march and then have these weird signs that say, "Hey, we're going to take America back," or whatever the shit is.
Maybe they're
But what
Native
purpose-
Americans.
They could be.
And that's their thing. They're going to take America back from the stupid white people that invaded their country.
They look like stupid white people though. So that'd be confusing.
Man, it'd be awesome if there's a Native American uprising.
So a couple of things that we hit on just a while ago that aggravates me. Mainstream media is ignoring the whole trucker thing. They barely speak about it. You have to go to alternative formats.
The only thing they talk about is the honking, and it's annoying, and they can't do that anymore.
And the other thing is this big ass wall at the White House. That's been completely
No one's talking about
ducked
that.
and completely just kind of meh.
The
And then this shit show of an Olympics that's going on.
so
Some of the things that's
I'll-
happening over in China with this Olympics is getting dusted over too. They're like, oh, we don't talk about that. Wake the fuck up, everybody. Just wake
The-
up. Take some smelling salsa.
What's funny is the I got derailed by a text message.
A nudie.
Yeah, more nudies. No, it was an Instagram message. So wait, where were we going? Where were we? The Olympics. I watched the opening ceremonies because it was when it was all icy and frozen and everything Friday night, and I was working on some music video stuff for the Cowboys or some video stuff for the Cowboys. And I just had it on, and all NBC kept talking about, because they're carrying it, was they have 4 people there in China. The rest of every event is being covered by someone here at their headquarters in the States. It's being
Satellited.
the event is being kind of like our broadcasters were doing during COVID for Stars games and Mavericks games.
And for some reason, some of these dumbasses are still doing it. I see some local news broadcasts. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
So the games, whatever the event is beamed to NBC's headquarters, where the people sit there and watch it on a monitor just like we do, and then talk about it, and then that's what's broadcast out. So they have like 1,000 people working here in the States and only 4 people over there in China because of COVID and because of the relationship with China. And then during the opening ceremony, all they talked about was how we didn't send any delegation over there as far as government officials or anything.
Yeah, like a month before we said, no, we're not sending
We're
any
not doing
delegates.
that because of what China's doing. And the whole opening ceremony was about the common man of China and winter and snow. But it was building up how China is a country of common people and a working class and all this. And then they go to light the torch, and they run the torch around, and then they have this pair walk in, and I will tell you her name. Dinajir Yamalyong.
Say that again.
Dinajir Yamayong.
Okay.
Okay, she is a cross-country skier from the Western Chinese region of
She's a
Xinjiang.
Uyghur.
She's a Uyghur.
Mm-hmm.
They had a Uyghur light.
Were there any males with
another one. There was a male standing with her, because it was both of them were holding the torch.
He's
and
not
they
a
both
Uyghur.
lit it. No, she was though. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know why? There are no male Uyghurs that are around. They're all in camps.
They're all in camps. They have rounded them all up and put them in basically
This
Chinese
is what.
concentration
Okay,
camps.
if we're gonna do some, I'll continue. But if we're gonna do some Chinese Olympics, I got some stuff to say.
So NBC was kind of like, what the hell? She's a Uyghur. This is supposed to show that there is no weird relationship with the Uyghurs and the
Typical
Chinese
Chinese
government,
propaganda.
and that everything is supposed to be okay. But they're like, it's all propaganda. And
They
lit the
did say
torch
that
and
on
everything.
NBC.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're telling the truth about that.
And the Chinese government is showing that there isn't genocide happening in their own country and blah, 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 blah. But we all know that's not true, according to all these videos and shit that's been leaking out and all these satellite
Lack of
photos
Uyghur males that are walking around right now,
and all the satellite photos of concentration camps
being
in China.
built daily and filled up.
But it's very weird. Like, I mean, they tried to play it off. And from my understanding is there were a lot of countries that didn't send any delegation over there.
Well, see, this is the thing. This is why I say fuck Shaun White. Fuck all the athletes that went. I'm never gonna be a fan of
I have
any
a friend
fucking
that's over there
athlete.
right now that's a DJ.
Nah, fucking fuck him too or her. Like
Good
if you
thing.
went over there to support this in any fashion or form, and I don't want to hear your stupid fucking shit about how they trained all their life. They trained all their life. Well, then train better for the next one. Okay, because that's what we used to have to do in the 80s.
The Olympics are nothing anymore. You still have the World Championships that are every year. You still have the X Games.
I just the whole hey, you can't tell athletes to do that. Yes, I fucking can. And Shaun White, fuck you. You carrot top motherfucker. I will if I see you in a bar, we're having words, and they're not gonna be nice to the ginger.
Is it going to be like him in Friends with Benefits? That Justin Timberlake movie where he's in there and he's just like, what the fuck, man?
Probably.
He's out of control. It was funny
And it's
as
not
shit.
just him. It's every single athlete that went over there from the USA or any free country for that matter. We have no reason to be over there. If any time in our lifetime we should be giving the bird to something is right now. It's a human. It's what do you call it?
So how do you feel walking into Munich, Germany, just before World War II when the Nazis were in power, and you have the Munich Games?
I think that's what we're looking at a little bit.
How do you feel like should they have not have gone to?
It made a
and through all
cool
that?
story for a movie to be made, but the problem is, remember though, if you read history, we were still in bed with Germany at the time.
You woke up a sleeping beast. The redhead slurs. Easy
Oh,
on the
sorry.
redhead slurs.
That's awesome. But anyway, if you remember though, I'm pretty sure we were still tight with Germany at the time. That happened real quick. All of a sudden,
Well,
Hitler,
we didn't jump into
We knew-
that until Japan attacked us in World War II. We sat back and watched what was going on. We weren't world police at this time.
right?
You know,
It's a little bit different of a scenario.
it was all happening in Europe and Russia, or Asia.
Well, I'm pretty sure we've boycotted Olympics before with Russia in our lifetime. I think. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I remember in the 80s or some shit that we gave the bird. We're like, no, we're not going. Why in the world are we sending our athletes to China right now? You have a country that is solely responsible for a fucking worldwide pandemic that got released from their country. They fucked us up. We didn't fuck this up. They fucked us up. It doesn't matter. Even if it was Fauci in the IHC or whatever,
Yeah,
it was still in China.
it was.
It was their protocols that fucking completely failed us. So you have that, number one. So you're going to the heart of COVID. That's what you're choosing to send your men and women athletes.
Well, Beijing's
Number 2.
Quite a ways distance from.
No, it's okay. It
Wuhan,
doesn't. That
but
doesn't
yeah.
matter.
I mean, that's a long. Yeah.
So number 2, then you have a country that it's openly known that is violating human rights,
That's
killing, raping, and gathering a
Mhm.
whole group of people off their religion
Mm-hmm.
in their attempt to hide them and probably execute them at some
Pure
point.
genocide
Pure genocide.
happening right there. Everybody knows it's happening, but no one will step in because they're scared of China.
And then here's dipshit Shaun White, a snowboard movie star
maybe
with his
he hates Uyghurs.
his luscious locks of red hair.
He cut all his hair off.
I don't give a damn.
He has,
Dude.
he has short hair now.
The point being, if you were a real athlete and you were an American citizen, you would have given the fucking bird.
She said, "Carrot tops are green.
Good point.
They are." So
Why does
everybody say redheads are carrot top because of carrot top?
I don't know. Is Susie a redhead?
Yeah.
Never noticed that. I thought she was like a brunette, like a blondish brunette.
What?
Yeah, maybe I'm going colorblind.
Maybe. Oh, maybe we need to pull up some dots and some numbers and see if you can see them.
No, because I'll fail.
No, I'm totally with you. If I was, man, that would play super heavily on my conscience if I was an Olympian that had the option to go over there. Now, if I was in a team sport, I would probably. It's one of those mentalities like I don't want to let my team down, but we would have to have a big discussion about it. But as a soloist, yeah,
Well,
no, it would totally fuck up my world.
I'm not done either. Intellectual property. Every single great invention that's been manufactured in America is being made in China for like a quarter of the cost because they have sweatshops
Mhm.
of people in horrible conditions.
They have that city where people commit suicide.
The
They had to
list-
put nets on
The
that
list
thing.
of bad shit from the CCP is fucking a Bible. It is long, and it's always been there. It's always been there. Any military guy that you've known in the last 20 years, and my dad and my grandfather, everyone's that said, fuck China, watch them. China's the threat. China's the threat. You think Russia's all big and bad? Russia has a front line that looks big and bad, but if you could, honestly, if Russia and the U.S. went to a hand-to-hand war, not a nuclear holocaust, we'd dominate them.
I don't like their
China,
Silk Road policy.
their
that
Silk
they're
Road.
doing.
That you.
That the modern day
Another policy-
Silk
or
Road
another
policy
another issue.
is a massive issue with me with what they're doing to other countries. That's just bullshit, and I understand. It's
Is Huawei or WeWei or whatever, are they a sponsor of the Olympics?
I don't know.
Surely
I
not,
mean,
right?
our sponsors are going to be different than
Yeah, right.
what they show on NBC and everything. Are going to be different than what is being broadcast over there. But I haven't really seen any sponsorship on anything. But I haven't really watched much. You saw how much I've pretty much watched.
I haven't
when
watched
you
a
walked in here.
fucking thing, and I'm not going to.
So I got a friend that's over there
In China?
In China, he's a DJ, and he has DJ'd events, Olympic events, for like the past 10, 15 years.
I think you have brought him up on the show before.
Okay, he's the DJ at the stadium, DJ EJ. You can follow him Instagram accounts DJ EJ or
DJ
Just
EJ,
look
who
him
has a brother named CJ.
and he's pretty well known in the sports world as a DJ, a sports venue DJ. So he posted a picture. He's at the Big Air event, and I sent it to you on Instagram.
That looks fucking fake.
And
That's amazing that's
it's
a real picture.
Fucking, if you have not seen the snowboard ski Big Air venue,
That should be the title card.
it is now the first permanent big air venue in the world. And it's this badass ramp to get massive air off of and, on your snowboard or skis or whatever and do tricks and shit, surrounded by nuclear cooling towers.
There's a backdrop.
a backdrop of nuclear cooling towers.
with no snow around at all.
Yeah.
Just on the.
Oh, that's the
ramp.
thing is, they said 90% of all the events
As synthetic snow.
is synthetic snow that are not up in the mountains.
Fuck
And
them,
that
man.
is it's wild looking at that photo. And so I was like, there's no way, dude. Because of the way he had the shot and the colors and everything, I was like, dude, I gotta look for real. And I hopped on and I just went in here and looked up, Big Air Olympic facility. I was like, holy shit. And there's diagrams of how they built that around
I'm
the
sure they
cooling
are. They're probably
towers and
proud of
shit
it.
and why they're doing it. And they're all retired. They're not active. It's just they wanted something to
Well, there's
make
about
that scene prettier. And I was like,
there's about
"Good
400
God."
retired cities there that are ghost cities and shells.
That castle city, or was that in Turkey? One that's all Disney castles. There's
I-
like hundreds of Disney castles.
China
but-
has so many skyscrapers that are completely empty.
So my sister used to go over there for work. She drove by a few of those cities and said it was creepy as shit.
I bet it is.
That it's like you're driving through or beside a downtown suburb with skyscrapers everywhere, and they're all just no windows, concrete structures, just standing there empty.
That'd be a cool place to
Shells.
play hide and go seek, though.
Airsoft, man, like gigantic.
There you go. I'd go on that one.
Yeah.
If it wasn't in China.
If it wasn't in China. But yeah, that Big Air facility is fucking wild. And I don't know what other events he has. His stuff pops up, but it's crazy. Just fucking crazy. I don't know.
Aren't you nervous if you're there doing something like that the whole time? I'd be nervous. I'd be like, dude, if I say the wrong thing, if I test positive, I'm fucked. We haven't even got into that part of the story about how these athletes are being whisked away and put in this quarantine that's subhuman living conditions.
Yeah, this Olympic Village is not like, we've talked about Olympic villages in the past and how they basically turn into orgies. Everybody
Not this
just going
time.
everywhere. And the report now is no, everybody is quarantined and held off from each other. Even teammates can't see each other. And then they showed, like, one of the athletes showed their meal, which came in a styrofoam, like, to-go box that was like 2 pork ribs, a mound of rice, some green beans or whatever greens from over there,
Carrot tops.
a piece of bread, and then some weird dessert thing I couldn't make out, but it was just
That's
like
that rice shit they sell at the fucking
It looked like
Golden Asia buffet.
probably it was like tapioca pudding rice or whatever.
Right, yeah.
But it was like all thrown together like a school cafeteria plate, like just all slopped in there. And
Is this okay, wait. Are you talking about the actual where the athletes hang out?
yeah, this is one of the meals.
so it's
that was
not
sent
where
to a
they're
room
quarantining,
Where-
because they're actually taking people away and
that
and
are sick,
that
right?
test positive, not
that
sick, but
yeah,
test
that
positive.
No, this was in like Olympic Village. They're like, this is our meal. This is how our meals come. And what was the bitching point was, we are athletes. We need 5,000.
You think
calories.
China's team is eating like that?
Probably not.
Probably that
That's why they're
15,000
dominating right now.
score that 15,000 calories meals that Phelps
Yeah.
had. I don't know. It's upsetting. It's very upsetting to me, and I've watched 0%. And guess how much I probably will watch this next week?
Zero more.
0%.
All right, we're getting late on the show, so there's 2 things I want to talk about, and one of them we got to go back
I have
to.
to pee.
And I teased the Shauna says it's been the same meal for the last 5 days.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
You're an athlete that's going over there all excited. I'm going to China. I'm going to compete.
And
This
you
is gonna
get
be
the
great.
same shit meal for
Sit-
5
yeah.
days straight.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
So I have 2 topics I want to hit. We got to go back to this Neil Young, Joe Rogan, because all hell's broken loose this week.
Oh yeah, it has.
In a weird
Another
way.
aggravating thing.
Very aggravating. I've had all sorts of conversations everywhere, text messages, phone calls, everything about everything that's going down, and people getting
You got to go dark, man, like me. I ain't got shit.
I'm seriously.
I've taken myself out of the
I'm about to
picture.
go to the fucking desert.
I am too, man.
I'm gonna go take a few days and go out the desert and let
So you
everything
don't have
go
to
dark.
hear about Joe Rogan.
Well, it's now come out that I was pretty goddamn right when it came to Neil Young and what the fuck he was doing.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
it takes 10 minutes of fucking research to read all this and figure it out. But I also found out since our last show, one thing I didn't know is that, and I need something out of there, anything, I don't care. Something good. Something neat, something good. Something that'll go dark. But I found out that he also has his own streaming service that he set up for his catalog on his site that you can pay $4.99 a month to just listen to his songs in the highest quality whatever format, which I think is kind of a conflict of interest when it comes to Spotify. Oh my god.
Have a Half-Life.
Are we going Half-Life? I'm going to stick with the Manhattan Project, going Half-Life. Since we're talking about nuclear war, we might as well drink all our nuclear beer. So he released a letter yesterday that basically is, he kind of backs off of Joe Rogan. He said that Joe Rogan isn't the problem, it's Daniel Ike, who owns the owner of Spotify, or the head honcho of Spotify, and that
He tried to turn it into a musician thing, didn't he?
he turned it back into a musician thing. I think he got a lot of shit for trying to silence, pull someone's First Amendment rights when, like I talked about last week, he's a guy that has basically built his career on fighting for First Amendment rights, and yet he's trying to silence someone and take away their freedom of speech. Even though you don't agree with it, we've said
Still
it on the
freedom
show.
of speech.
It's freedom of speech. I don't agree what fucking white supremacists say, but they have the right in this country through our First Amendment to say what they want.
That's exactly right.
Now, these companies can go in and censor. That's a whole nother
Because they're
rabbit
private
trail to
companies.
follow because they're private companies. But if a white supremacist is walking down the street and he's on public property, whatever, he's allowed to say whatever the fuck he wants. That's the First Amendment right. Just like I can sit here in this studio and talk into a microphone onto the internet and say whatever the fuck I want.
Knock on wood.
Right now.
Right
Until
now.
we-
Right now.
Until we have to start pulling a license, which could, we've always joked about this, could come pretty quick now. But Neil Young, he put out this letter, and he basically, the end of it is like hardcore. He's the musicians and creators of the world, I say, you must be able to find a better place than Spotify to be the home of your art. To the workers at Spotify, I say, Daniel Ek is your big problem, not Joe Rogan. Ek pulls the strings. Get out of that place before it eats up your soul. The only goals stated by Ek are about numbers, not art, not creativity. He says, notice that Ek never mentions the medical professionals who started this conversation. Look one last time at the statements Ek has made. Then be free and take the good path. But now Spotify employees need to get out of there. I guess Neil Young has a big business that he can just transfer these people over so that they can continue to make money in order to pay for their homes and their
That's a lot of money
Their
to
shit
keep
in-
up with.
you know, we were just talking about cost of living and bullshit. Which now that Sean is in here, what's the cost of living? You said what was California? What was their tax percentage bullshit? They were trying to blanket over everything.
12%.
Like 12% or some shit. Anyway, so then the attack really turns on Rogan, where they bring up this video of him, this compilation, this N-Bomb compilation, which I didn't know has been around for a while. It's been around for a long while. This compilation's been made for a while. Of him saying it.
I knew he had said it because there's been shows that I've listened to where he was making a point, and everything that I saw on that compilation video was all out of context, just a bunch of shit thrown together. But needless to say, it's probably not a good idea to say it, but when he did say it, when I heard it on the show, it was always he was using it or referencing it. He wasn't saying it. But if you looked at the Twitter sphere and you looked at the legacy media's what they were portraying it as, you would think he was a fucking like skinhead.
Well, and that's what is funny is because they said, like, in this compilation video, it's old shows, like from 10, 13, 8, 10, 13 years ago, you know. And there is some stuff he says in there that he does say in his apology video that he regrets, but a lot of time he was saying it was taken out of context. Like, they're talking about old comedians. It's comedians talking about comedians and the stuff they could and couldn't say. And they throw out all the words, even words that are recently you're not supposed to say, like F with a hard T and F with a hard G and R with an R D.
What's aggravating?
Why do I have to think about these fucking words?
What's aggravating about all of it too? About I know you're about to get into the meat and potatoes of that story. Is Joe Biden has said it out of context. He has straight up dropped the N-bomb, like said, like quoted somebody.
Well, he said it in the middle of Congress.
Exactly. Almost the exact same thing as what Joe Rogan did, but Oatmeal Brain is
He's
considered...
never apologized for it. I've never heard him apologize for it. And here's what Rogan is doing. And I've heard on... I don't listen to every single Rogan show. Like I said last week, I'm not a huge, gigantic fan, but I will listen to his shows for...
Yeah, if you see
if there's someone on there I'm
you
interested in, or
right.
some
That's me
crazy
too.
story, I will go in there and listen.
I like
But
how
I
everyone
have
thinks we've listened
heard-
to every single fucking Rogan show. Fuck you.
I have heard on some of his shows with comedians where he has come out, and I think one of them was with Eliza. He has said that he is sorry about things he said in the past, and that terms he has used on this show and terms that he has learned to not use because of the way times are changing and the way times are going. So that's kind of, he puts out this apology video, whatever. He's rehashing stuff. A lot of people are like, he shouldn't have put out this apology video. He should have just rode with it and been a man and blah, 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 blah. No, I think it's cool he put out an apology video because I think, like you said, Biden didn't apologize, or I've never seen an apology from him for saying it.
For his list of things that he said that's racist from...
True, all of it. I've never heard an
Exactly.
apology from him, but at least with this apology video, you see someone that is learning and growing and realizing what they've done is wrong and how they need to correct the course. And if you can't forgive someone for, or understand that, use this as a teaching thing, and that what they've said in the past is one thing, but is he doing it now? And does he do it all the time now? Does he say it all the time now? Does he run around and just drop the N-bomb all over the place? No. Well, he's probably learned his lesson. All the clips you grabbed were from...
Okay, you can only learn a life lesson, though, if you're in the right crowd, if you're in that side.
So
of
here's the
things.
thing, and this is what I want to bring up. Not until today, and it took a few people on the right to bring this up, no one's said anything about the bullshit Stern's done in the past.
Oh, my... Blackface?
Blackface.
And
dressing
very
up.
Insulting.
The N-bomb was on his show all the time. What about when he had the leader of the Ku Klux Klan on his show all the fucking time dropping the N-bomb and how we needed to kill all these N-bombers and all this stuff? That's on the air.
What about
That's straight
What
out.
about the blackface skit he did with what's her face?
We're doing the Ted Danson.
Yes, the Ted Danson Whoopi Goldberg
What about
skit. That
there was a
bit.
blackface bit on a Butt Bongo Fiesta
He's in the N Club.
because he has the dick of the left shoved down his throat.
Hillary. has her dick inside of him.
Her clit dick.
That's not very woke.
He has. It kind of is. I mean, it could be trans. You don't know. But he has, like Stern, has fallen way off to the left, and he has become a big buddy of the left, and
He's definitely part of the elite.
he's part of the elite, and he has a fuck ton of pharmaceutical companies that advertise on his show.
Over it.
All
All
over
over it.
All over it. And this is what turns me back to what I kind of started putting together this late during the ice days was this
The
is
Ice
a
Age period?
yeah, our ice age, our little ice age we had on Thursday,
Last week.
Friday was as I'm just reading stuff here and there and the way things kind of fell out and more, you start seeing Neil Young kind of change things. You see Rogan. Then social media is full of it. We have a bunch of jackass friends on Facebook that are spouting their opinion, but you can obviously tell they've never listened to Neil Young, or they may have heard one song, and they definitely have never listened to Joe Rogan, but they have to put in their 2 cents about it. And they're idiots. Like one of them said, well, it's obvious Joe Rogan's a white supremacist because he shaves his head.
Who said that?
I'll tell you
Call
later.
them out.
I'll tell you later.
Call the motherfucking dumbass out that said that. Am I a neo-Nazi because I shave my head?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Duh. Everybody that does that is. Man, everybody that shaves their head because they may have early onset male pattern baldness is a
Nazi.
fucking white supremacist. And you're on the right. And you're part of Proud Boys.
Oh, that's the other thing. Did you see the list that they were... Russell Brand's a conservative now? You're like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. You've never listened to one thing that Russell Brand's ever said if you
that
think he's a
list
fucking
cracks
conservative.
me up. Whoever went through there, Tim Dillon.
Yeah, Tim Dillon's a conservative.
He's the one who posted it. Tim Dillon's a conservative.
Yeah. That's the thing that's so funny. Joe Rogan's not even a fucking conservative.
No.
It's ridiculous.
He wants this state to turn blue. Oh. Anyway. So my whole thing was, okay, it's obvious that he's being targeted, and you start breaking things down. They tried to target him with the trans talk months ago when he first went on the Spotify, and he had that woman on that wrote the book. They tried to target him there and take him down.
Yeah, this has been something they've been working on for about a year.
Yeah. So then he gets sick, and he puts out that video of all the shit he took.
Which was completely manipulated by all the mainstream
Completely
media.
manipulated. Even CNN put a color filter
That's-
over it to make him
make him
look
look
sicker
gray.
and sick.
Like he's got leprosy.
Like he's part zombie. That cracks me up. That side by side
That was funny.
picture comparison. I'm like, fucking CNN. Just no wonder you were just fucking sold, because you're full of shit. Just report the news as it is. You don't need to put a fucking filter over a video to make Joe Rogan look like a zombie. And so when he put out that video and all the shit he said he took in it, which was a ton of shit, but they focused on the ivermectin, the horse paste,
The Orange Man Bad paste.
which he was prescribed to from a doctor that said, here's you a pill. It wasn't fucking paste. And he says it in the video, but no, let's just stick with this. We're going to stick with the
I'm
horse
rich.
paste.
What
Yeah.
did he say? I got money. I can take human medicine.
Yeah. Which is pretty funny. CNN ran with that. CNN's the one who fucking...
Well, things
And-
are about to change over there. I don't know if you've heard.
I have, because we used to own that company. But anyway,
Well-
let me finish this whole run.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So CNN, and he nearly filed a lawsuit against CNN for.
It sounded when he had Gupta on, I thought he was going.
I thought
to.
he was going to too, and he was toying with it. But that's when the pharmaceutical companies went,
Time to wage the war.
what the fuck? And right around then is when Spotify started releasing numbers of his true.
How powerful he was.
How many listeners he really has, because they were trying to move into other countries. And they needed to put in there, like, we have this #1 podcast in the world with all these listeners. We need to put these numbers out and make them public. So, and it was like quarter in too, the end of the fourth quarter. We need to make this known. Well, that gets out to all the media groups. and I don't know if you've been watching the news lately, but you can hear it in everybody's tone that reports on this story, how much they hate him, and it's just pure jealousy.
Yeah.
Pure fucking jealousy
He got
because
a-
of how
He got
many
a huge
listeners
ass
he
deal.
has.
Well, the money is what pisses him off.
He has more listeners to some of his episodes than all the news networks combined have for a month.
That's why if I was the CEO of Spotify, I would tell everybody to get fucked. I'd be like, I don't fucking care, man. Look
I don't
who's
care.
pulling the numbers.
Yeah.
Neil Young
Nah.
or Joe Rogan. It's a no-brainer.
99, what was it? 900,000 listens a year versus 10 to 15
On the last
million a day a show.
Yeah.
He and the numbers they had were like against The View. I don't know why I think they threw them out there because The View's been attacking him like hardcore, the Whoopi Goldberg and all that crap, Joy Bear. But they said that,
Who's done blackface?
yeah, all of them.
Joy
have.
Bear has done
I mean,
blackface.
Whoopi woke up with it.
There's that.
There's that. Well, she's the one who laughed when her husband or boyfriend
She
or whatever,
played
Ted
along.
Danson.
She played along.
That
didn't
video
she?
does not look good, especially after her
Mm-mm.
Holocaust talks.
Uh,
Oh, it's all being a comedian. It's all being a comedian. But
mean-
yet you're attacking a comedian, you dumb cunt.
okay, so okay, there's a couple of things that have happened
And when
this
has
week.
Whoopi been funny?
It's been a while.
Ever?
I
don't know her
Okay,
being
can I say something
funny.
though about Whoopi? Are we gonna? You want to move into Whoopi's situation now,
No.
or you want to stay on the Joe Rogan?
No, because I got to finish up the
okay,
Joe real fast.
okay.
So they target him. The pharmaceutical companies come after him. The jealousy of all these networks because he
Media.
he made a giant fucking bank for leasing his show.
They have no answer for him at all.
No one can
No
come
one
at-
will go
You know
on
who
the
the
show to
closest
debate
person
him.
is? You know who the closest person is on
Spotify.
on the major networks. The closest anchor that has the closest viewers to him.
Tucker Carlson.
Yep, 2 million.
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson averages 2 million a night.
Did you hear about
That's
his
the
demographics
closest
changing?
person.
How his demographics are getting younger?
Yeah.
That's because the millennials finally everybody's like the millennials have fucked everything up. Okay,
Or
let's
he's
face
just
it.
really fun to watch and watch him
Who?
be weird.
Tucker?
Yeah.
Well, I think the reason why that he's drawing on a younger demographic is because he's not saying the same stupid fucking thing as the other networks, and the other networks have been proven wrong. Everything they've said, like you've heard that montage that
The
they play,
supercuts of
the
CNN.
supercuts of CNN. It's all been horseshit for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Everything that they have said has
They
been
have
horseshit.
missed on everything from
Everything.
Cosby to
They couldn't hit the broadside of a fence if their life
Oh.
depended on it.
defending Cosby. Anyway, so that my thought is that since the pharmaceutical companies own media, we've talked about this 100
Own
times.
everything.
They own everything. They have control of it. When he spoke out about ivermectin, that turned into where Joe Rogan is in our crosshairs and we're going
Because he's
after
hitting
him.
our pocketbook.
He's hitting our pocketbook. He's talking about a 10-cent fix when we need to make money off all this other
He's talking
bullshit.
about a packet that you can get in India for $5 at any drugstore.
Yeah,
That's been working.
that's been working.
Ask
and
Japan. Ask Japan how it's been going.
Go look at the numbers in India and Japan. Lucky our numbers
It's
are going
true.
down. But
I heard that.
So on Monday, he had I guess it's his first show
Joe.
back. Joe Rogan's first show back after the weekend and the whole controversy.
Mhm.
And here's the quote from his show. Rogan says, "In a lot of ways, this is a relief. That video of him saying the N-word over the years had always been out there. It's a political hit job. They're taking all this stuff I've ever said that's wrong and smushing it all together. It's good because it makes me address some stuff that I really wish wasn't out there." And I want to turn this to something else. We have turned into a society, we have turned into a group of people that no matter who's number one, we have to attack them. No matter who's on top of whatever they're doing, no matter who's the most successful in whatever their field is, we have to fucking attack them.
Well, that's
Tom Brady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump was an underdog
Well, he's a
and
president.
fucking
so.
freaked everybody out in the media, and that's why they had to make up this fucking Russian collusion shit up and then just shit on everything he did
For
for
years
his
in music.
whole office.
For years in music.
Term in office.
For years in music, Kanye West and Taylor Swift were constantly attacked and barraged by all sorts of people, including us, because they're fucking nuts. But
I like Kanye though.
where the press at?
But Taylor, she's
She's a board.
She's a board.
But that's the thing, is we have turned into a society, and
Of
social
haters.
media has made us this way, that no matter who is where,
You gotta hate.
we gotta hate on them.
Yep.
And we're coming up on Super Bowl Sunday. It's just a fucking football game, but you've got people that love this team and hate this team, and vice versa. And there's people that are playing this game that they just fucking hate. And you can't just enjoy a
Entertainment.
football game.
Yeah.
Entertainment. I have heard so many people in the last week that are angry at the halftime show.
Seems like one of the greatest halftime shows ever that's about to happen.
I'm
Honestly, that's the only. I'm like you. You were saying,
That's
"Hey,
all I
well, the
wanna
only
see."
thing I really want to see."
Right.
When I was saying that about us
fuck
getting
Eminem.
together, I was like, "Well, that actually, I'd like to see that too." Actually,
Fuck Eminem. Fuck Dr. Dre. Fuck Snoop Dogg. They're not entertainers. Who the fuck lined this up? This is what I've heard for the past week. What a bunch of fucking losers. Who put this together? Do you not understand what these people have done in the field of hip hop?
my music conversation would be over as soon as I heard that. If
That's
someone
pretty
was
much-
Like,
I was
I'd be like,
just-
we're done.
No, I actually said, you're pretty fucking stupid.
This
and
would be
turned around
like.
and walked
Think
off.
about it. Think about it. Let's parallel this to metal. This
Mhm.
would be Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, and Megadeth
The big four.
playing a show.
Yeah. And then we got to throw
For
in
halftime.
someone. We got to throw in someone modern.
Let's see
Who's
going
gonna
to
be the Kendrick?
Like Lamb of God or something, maybe.
Yeah, if we want to put them in there. Gojira.
There you go, Gojira. Gojira is in there.
Yeah,
Or dun-dun-dun-dun, Jun Jun.
can't. They're done.
Oh yeah. Fuck, Ben.
But
Come
I
on,
put
man.
Gojira in there.
Greg.
Who's got a bigger? Who sells more, Gojira or Mastodon? I know Gojira seems to play.
You could
bigger
go with either
festivals.
one, though.
I think
You
they're
could definitely go with either
yeah.
one.
Oh, but anyway,
I don't understand that either. I don't understand the whole let's bitch about the halftime show. It's the fucking
don't-
halftime show for one.
everybody's
it's
got
not
to bitch
the
about it
main
every
event.
year. Yeah,
And secondly, dude, it's Dre. It's fucking the grassroots of
hip hop
hip hop and West Coast.
with rumors of Cube.
Oh, is there?
There's rumors of Cube. I don't know. God damn, can you imagine? We get a little NWA happening up there.
It'd be hard to do, but
You're only missing one person, right?
easy.
Yeah.
No, in is what's his face that Doc's in DOC? Is he still?
I
alive?
just saw him a couple of months ago with Cube
But
at
he
the
doesn't have
basketball
a-
game.
He doesn't have his voice is
He's got a voice.
manipulated at this point,
He's got a voice.
compromised.
Yeah.
And then the was it MC Ren or not MC Ren? Who's
Yellow.
the one that went Muslim? Assalamu alaikum.
That was Ren, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. He's not dead.
No, he's not dead, but he doesn't want any part of that stuff. I don't think
Mm. Well, okay. So you pull out.
the money.
You have Snoop can fill in. Eminem can fill in.
Oh, that's a good point. You got fill-ins. You got bench players that could just immediately go in. They're probably going to do something like that. Honestly, they're probably going to do something.
Can you imagine if they just stopped the whole
What
place
if they did
down and
fuck
fuck
the
the
police?
police came out? Oh my God.
The controversy, dude. The Maggers would be so pissed.
I would love it. I mean, it's never going to happen because they have so much stuff they're going to play. But good Lord.
They just give the bird to all of it and go.
Just like,
"Chippa, chippa, 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 chippa."
hey, stop it
hey,
down,
stop
stop
it
it down,
down."
stop it down. Cube walks out. Hey, Dre, I got something I want to say.
Oh man,
And I'd just be like,
I'd have an instant music boner. I'm like,
no, the TV would go off.
yeah, you're right. They would
Fox
drop
would
it.
freak out. they would.
No,
be like,
I don't think
"No."
so, man. What are we controlled by right now?
Well,
Everyone hates cops. The legacy media, the
Yeah.
mainstream. They're all for it. They're in
I don't know,
full
man.
on in.
I don't know, man.
Get you a little BLM sponsorship.
Shauna responded that tax currently is 10.25 in LBC. They're talking about doubling it, so it'd be 20.5%, blanketed across everything.
Is there no vote for that, Shauna? Like, is there no way that the citizens of California can block that without having to elect a completely new government? It seems like that type of tax hike would have some kind of public input.
Now
I don't see how there's not a mutiny in California.
I
really don't.
Fuck the police and on the Super Bowl.
So,
She has no clue about that part.
well, way to be an informed
Yeah,
voting
somebody.
citizen there, Shauna. I'm just
She's
messing
trying to
with-
get out.
I have no idea either. If like someone had something in Arlington that was supposed to pass, I wouldn't know. Like, huh? Is it gonna make our cheeseburgers less cost?
Yeah. All right. So I teased this on Facebook. Valentine's Day is this weekend. I know you love
One
this
of the
day.
stupidest fucking holidays that we celebrate.
I don't understand why I have to take a day off to, make a big deal out of ones we should love all the time.
That's exactly right.
You should love them all the time. It
Not
shouldn't
just
just
because
take one
Hallmark
day.
tells you.
Like Mother's Day. I don't need
It's a Hallmark
day.
holiday too, actually.
It is. And Father's Day. I don't need a day for people to tell me they love me.
You need masturbation day.
And you know what I need on Father's Day? Father's Day needs to be turned around to leave me the fuck alone day.
Let me go out to the shed and just hang out.
Yeah. And try not to hang myself again.
Invite Dave.
Again.
Invite Dave over here.
Yeah. Me, Dave, and Matt are going to sit out in the shed.
Drink a bunch of beer and smoke a lot of weed.
This is
and
our
try
Father's
to write
Day.
music.
Yeah. This is our Father's Day. Why the fuck's it got to be on a Sunday, too? Why is
That's
Mother's Day
always
on a
horse
Sunday?
shit. Yeah, you got to go back to work the next
How
day
am I supposed to drink a bottle of whiskey
and beat my family.
and then go to work the next day?
It's a massive hangover.
Yes. But anyway, we have Valentine's Day coming up. And I want to talk about a few things that JJTM approves of.
Well,
Gifts for Valentine's Day.
JJTM had a really good idea a couple of years ago, if you don't remember.
Which one? The JJTM vibrators? Oh, yeah. But no one uses those anymore, right? Do they?
That's the thing that's great about it. You get to mail them.
Oh, yeah.
And it's cool. It's like,
It
hey,
is cool.
happy Valentine's Day. Go fuck yourself.
So there's there's your average stuff, like these are ideas and thoughts, like a bondage kit,
Fully support that.
vibrating cock ring,
Of course I support that.
a remote control vibrator for him and her, that's Bluetooth or has a little remote, or sex toys. What about the wedge? You a fan of the wedge?
Enlighten me on what the wedge is.
The wedge.
Should I look it up on my phone real quick?
Yeah, it's a pillow,
Sounds great.
but it's a hard pillow that you can use to put body parts in different positions very easily without it straining the other's body.
I'm a fan of that one.
Um,
Edible underwear.
edible underwear's
It's always
normal.
a classic.
How about so here's some ones I want to throw out there that are kind of new.
Bone marrow.
A massage candle. You know what the difference between a regular candle and a massage candle is?
The oils used.
And you can pour it on you and it won't burn.
I like the burn though.
You do? So you can have the wax play. What about the matching undies thing? I mean, it's cute.
I
But
got Jason Garrett panties I can wear.
silk bedding. I hate silk bedding.
I don't. It's really cold in the winter.
It
It's
is.
very cold in the winter.
It's
but
really.
once you settle in, you got that first 5 minutes of
But you
shrivelage.
get wet. You get it soaking
I'm
wet in
sorry?
the summer from sweating, and it gets weird. It wraps around you weird. There's like 2 good months that silk.
Yeah, kind of is.
Silk bedding works. Chocolate fondue off each other. You like this?
Chocolate fondue off each other. Sure. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds fun.
You get a fondue set. You eat chocolate fondue off each other. You get messy.
Do you have any Famunda cheese to go with it?
Probably. Been working all day. Here's one I thought was pretty interesting. Personal boudoir photos
That's cool.
with a.
I had an aunt, I believe, that did that once for my uncle.
But this is done with. They show it to do it with a Polaroid.
Didn't
type
Brittany
camera.
do that for
You?
Johnson? No, not me.
Oh yeah, she
It was
did.
before me and her were seeing each other.
But we also did some for you
I never got them.
in the
You
warehouse.
must have kept those. You must have kept those to yourself,
Or
sir.
was she still with Johnson? I don't remember. But anyway, but this says to do it with a Polaroid. You know, take Polaroids of each other and
Yeah.
have fun. And I am also hireable for your couples boudoir photos. I have done this in the past.
As well as I have a Kodiak 110.
You see my photo the other day
Yeah, I
on
did.
Instagram.
Little homage. I'm
A
surprised you
little
didn't
110.
tag me though. I'm like, or
I should have.
do
Look,
some
a little
hashtag
110.
suck it stubs or something on it.
So, couples yoga
That's cool, especially in the nude.
in the nude. A couples spa.
Sean
trip.
and I have done some couples yoga before, not in a nude.
Shauna.
Yeah, Shauna.
Oh.
Yeah, when she was doing that hardcore, she used to try to have me like do a belly flop on her feet. Like, oh,
Y'all were just playing Superman like when we were little kids.
that's what I thought it was.
You're like, I want to be Superman.
I think
Make
she
me
threw her
fly."
back out too doing it.
This is one that made me feel kind of dumb. Like, why is this a thing? I don't really endorse this one. Just a color changing light bulb. If you showed up to your Valentine's house with a box of light bulbs that are color changing, you ain't getting none. You aren't. You ain't getting nothing. There's
if
no
you
way.
show up, say that again. Say what you're
If
trying to say
you
again.
showed
Me,
up to your
myself.
Valentine's house with a box of color changing light bulbs and like, I'm gonna make the room purple, or I'm gonna make the room blue.
Why
and
is that
romantic.
a deal killer? Explain this to me.
She's gonna be like, you brought over fucking light bulbs out of everything you could have brought for Valentine's Day. You brought over a box of light bulbs. Yeah, because I want the room to be purple.
Like by itself,
Yeah.
you just brought some light bulbs.
Yeah. yeah,
I guess you're right.
I'm right,
Yeah,
right.
That'd be a disappointment.
What if you showed up with a box of light bulbs and an erotic audio book subscription?
Meh.
What about you showed up with that and luxury loop?
Always Astroglide.
No,
that what
this
you're
is
talking
even
about?
more luxury. Stuff you can ingest.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Stuff that'll work
You
on
snort it.
on any orifice. But my favorite, and this is a full, this gives my full JJTM endorsement. And
This is the one we're putting our stamp on.
this is the one I'm going to put my stamp on.
yogurt
I'm not
stamp
going
on?
to talk for
our
you.
yogurt stamp on it.
It's funny you say that. Your
It's
yogurt,
yogurt?
stamp. No. It is and you better order it now so it can get here, and you better have Prime. Because if you order it right now with the next hour, 37 minutes to our live listeners, it can be here by Friday, February 11th. You can get it all set up. It is a Love is Art canvas and paint set.
All right. Yeah, that's cool.
So they send you a big, giant plastic tarp to lay down. And then they send you a canvas and some black paint. And you rub it all over yourself. You rub it all over the canvas. And you go to town having
There's
sex.
no way I'm going to do that because someone will capture blackface.
You don't put it on your face. You're not going to smash your face into the canvas. But you have sex in paint on this canvas. And when you're done, you have a work of art.
Okay. I'm liking it. I'm digging it.
I dig it too. I think it's badass.
Yeah.
And then you can also get
Love
For-
swing with it.
for $27 you can get a and this is a big ass canvas because they're showing these canvases hanging up like above couches and shit.
Like on Big Lebowski, you got to.
Yeah, you fly in.
Yeah.
But then you can also buy different color paints.
What? What was that you threw in there?
You can buy different color paints.
Oh, I thought you said cunt paints. I was
Oh,
like,
no.
what?
No, but it's pretty
Snail
badass.
trail?
It's pretty badass. It's from the same manufacturer that makes the Liberator and Wedge.
Liberator.
It's another pillow that allows you to have sex in interesting positions and get deeper and it not cause strain.
But the strain's what it's about, right? The pain and the pleasure.
Yeah, but you don't want your back to be thrown out.
Yeah, but you want your insides to burn.
That's from the STD, right?
Dillinger escape plan quote.
Yes, that's true. So I'm reading through this Art is Love kit
Like
on
moths
Amazon.
to a light.
Every review is great. They say, the paint just washes off. It doesn't leave, it's no big deal. The only thing, it doesn't come with the actual wooden framing, so you have to build the frame out once you get the canvas all dirty.
Mm-hmm.
But this one was weird. This comment was weird. This is great. We had so much fun doing it. We bought additional paint colors to make it pop. We plan on gifting this to other couples we know and doing it again in the future.
Sounds like a party to me.
You're taking canvas that you had sex on and it's painted sex, and then you just gift it to a friend. Here, take my art.
Yeah. Make your own.
Tribute?
That's a massive tribute, isn't it?
Does it fall under tribute range?
See, the problem is my perverted mind would be like, just give me a snail trail. I just want to ride across there.
Do you write your name on this? Do you want
In
proof
snail?
They would gift the kit. Oh, Susie's right. No, the kit. They would gift the kit. They wouldn't gift the photo.
Oh.
Or
no,
the-
it's more
the
kinky
canvas.
with the canvas and I think it's more kinky if you gift what you made.
I mean,
This make fuck.
This is Jackson Pollock all the way. They're cool looking. It looks rad.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out because I haven't bought my Valentine's Day gift yet, and I'm running out of time.
But what's fun about, like, you get paint all over you and you roll around on a canvas and you're just
Yeah,
banging and
yeah.
just shit's going everywhere. Literally.
You're gonna make it a fecal thing, huh?
If you need a brown to mix with the...
Hey, some women are into that.
Oh. It's cool. I dig it. I think this is the coolest thing I've seen. Screw your normal vibrators and whatever else.
I think a gun is a good present for Valentine's Day right now. A gun and some hollow points.
And we take your Valentine shooting.
In fact, that's probably what I'm gonna do.
Super Bowl Sunday. Let's go.
Is it Sunday? Is the
This Sunday.
Oh, man, I gotta buy something.
Let's go shooting Sunday morning. I want to go
Sure.
shooting. How about CBD bath salts?
That's a good one. It's a good one. I got a great lotion that I got from Denver.
Mhm.
That's menthol, THC, and CBD, and it is awesome.
I think this
That's
is
a good one.
Besides that is. And does it work? Does it
Mhm.
get you feeling good?
I mean, it's not like you'd have to take.
Does it relax you?
Yes,
Not more like-
absolutely, it does. It's not like you are
Not get you high.
stoned after you rub a little bit on your neck. But I imagine if you put it all over your body, or maybe like mainlined it right here on your, what is this artery that'd probably be cool. You know what? I might try that tonight.
To see if it works. I think I have some of
Hit
that.
Billy Bong
salve in
and
there
rub
and
some of that
yeah.
salve in there. Like, I don't
Here's
know where
one-
my mouth is.
Here's one you get away with for free. This is if you're a cheap bastard. This is a gift from us to you. From the Jerry Jonestown Massacre to you. You could tell her you took a massage course online and then give her a massage. And as long as you use some good lube, some good oil, you know what that turns
Oh
into.
my gosh. Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Get some Crisco out. The cutest one on this list that I think is
A tarp.
is really funny is a tarp. No.
Hey, women know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You gotta pretend. Oh, they
Gotta
do.
go to Splash Town.
Um,
Gotta get that gland
This-
juiced.
This is the one I
The
like.
juicer.
This is my second endorsement that I think is really, really a cute idea.
This is the runner-up.
This is the runner-up, and it's a pocket-sized USB Kodak Luma
110 camera.
mini projector.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
cool.
that way you can go and watch movies wherever you want.
It's very sweet.
It's USB charged. You can put it on any surface, but you can Netflix and chill anywhere.
So Pornhub.
Yeah, and it shows this couple. They have a little tent out at the beach, and they're broadcasting a video up on the tent.
As a tsunami is rolling up about half a mile high out in the ocean because of a bomb that China just dropped.
Now, I think it's because the Death Star just shot at the Earth, and that wave is coming. And they're like Jyn Erso just sitting there going,
That
"This
reminds
is
me.
how it ends." Sorry, just spoiled Rogue One for you.
I ripped through Rogue One again
God,
recently.
Rogue One's so fucking good.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I
Yeah.
have to pick something out and get it for my Valentine's.
Shauna wants to know where this link is. This link
You do need to put that link in
is
there.
in your butt. I'm sending it to you right now there.
What the fuck is this shit coming in our chat room, dude?
The Chinese stuff. The Chinese and Russian are trying to invade us.
What does that even say? Is it a link?
I don't know. Vom today. Vom today.
He's probably sending it's a death threat that we're just joking about. Like, look at this idiot here.
Yeah, Susie picked the wrong month to quit Amazon. She can't get one of these paint sets.
Why'd she quit Amazon? Susie, why'd you quit Amazon? You giving the bird to the man? I like that.
Said Jeff Bezos is an asshole and doesn't need. You heard his yacht thing?
Something vaguely. I heard something about it.
So he got a yacht in the Netherlands being built,
Right.
and they have to tear down a historical bridge in order to get it out of the port. And he's paying for this historical national
To get
landmark
tore down and
bridge
rebuilt.
to be
right?
torn down and rebuilt.
What a dick.
What a
A
fuck!
fucking dick, dude.
You can't use another builder somewhere else.
These tech giants, man. You know what needs to happen to some of them?
He
They
needs,
think
he needs
they're
to be
above
cruising
the
on
law.
that yacht and a little Chinese submarine take him out.
Think about it. All these tech giants think they're above the law. The only one that's been taken out is old McCaffrey, and wasn't his a suicide?
Supposedly, yep.
Seriously, these tech giants are out of their mind right now. They think
Out
they can just do whatever
of
the fuck they
their
want.
Mind. Yep, out of their mind. Totally out of their mind.
It's insane.
All right, last thing I want to hit you up on. Then we're done. We'll hit the fucking road. This
Going to
was
Austin?
shocking to me. Deep Ellum Brewing last year 2 years ago was brought by Canarchy Craft Brewery, who is a conglomerate that owns Oscar Blues, Cigar City,
Mm-hmm.
Wasatch.
Mm,
I can look here.
do they own Kona?
Perrin, Squatters, and Wasatch.
Wasatch. Okay, that's it.
And Wasatch does the Polygamy Porter in Utah. So Canarchy sold their little collective for $330 million to Monster.
Yeah, Monster's about to put some energy drinks out too that have alcohol in them. I mean, not Monster, Mountain Dew. I think it's
Did
either
they?
Mountain
Did they
Dew
own
or
Mountain Dew?
or Monster. One
Does
or the
Monster
other.
own Mountain Dew?
I don't know.
You think it's because Monster wants to get in the seltzer game?
I'm sure it is, and the
Why couldn't they have just
Monster
done it on
wants
their
to get
own?
an alcohol game, I think. But isn't that just a Four Loko?
Pretty much, right?
That's what I'm
that's
thinking.
what. But Four Locos, can you still get Four Loco?
They're not the same as
What they were?
right. They don't have all that ginseng and crazy shit.
Liquid
to-
cocaine.
Yeah, to where it makes your heart go in two different directions. So,
Just split apart.
God, what is it that upsets you about this?
It doesn't
you
upset
think-
me, but I think it's very fitting that a douchebaggery brewery like Deep Ellum Brewing, that's all, hey bro, let's party, man, is being bought by Monster. The thing I don't like is Cigar City. I hope they don't fuck over Cigar City because High Lie's good.
Surely they're not.
And
Surely
Oscar
they're not-
Blues makes some good
Oscar
stuff.
Blue, yeah. That surely
And
they're
Wasatch
not going
makes
to.
good stuff. But
I have a feeling that the pills, what is it, the Oscar Blues, the one that everybody knows, the little blue pill, or is that what it's called or something? Hot
Yeah.
pill or whatever. I have a feeling they're not going to mess with that stuff. What they're going to do is make new stuff. They're going to continue on the bombastic art of Deep Ellum. And
I hope so.
Deep Ellum's overrated.
Very overrated. You know how else is overrated? The other one that came back. That's over there in Dallas. The one that had sex in a canoe and.
Oh yeah, well they're not in Dallas anymore. They're up in Wichita.
Oh, they are. They moved the whole facility up
the
there.
one that did 30,000. What are they called? Noble Ray.
Yeah, Noble Ray.
Yeah, they're up in. They got bought by a brewery up in
The one that did Jesse Fry
Wichita.
beer. Didn't they? When did Noble Ray that did the Jesse Fry
I
beer?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, their
Yeah.
stuff was overrated too.
I can't make a comment on that one, man. Sir. Sorry. We'll have to end it on that.
Okay. Yeah. So that's
That
it.
happens
That's it.
so much in that business. There is so much shit going down, distribution deals, and we're gonna brew your stuff, and it's always happening. And I'm sorry if your feelings are hurt, Deep Ellum Brewery drinkers. Fucking grow a dick.
I don't know what's going on here. All right, so my chat just exploded, and I have no idea what's happening.
In our chat room or your chat?
My chat over here, I'm like, my phone's exploding. Anyway, so tomorrow night, the Methinks. See you there.
I think so, man. I'm gonna miss another class of jujitsu, but
it's to
I'm
see your
gonna. I have
boys.
to go see my boys, yeah.
And
Especially this type of show, and I've never,
and
I've
Agent
never
Orange.
remembered Tulips, so I'll remember.
Tulips is fun. Tulips is good.
I mean, apparently I've been there a few times.
and then first thing tomorrow morning when you wake up.
Sex,
Second thing tomorrow morning when you wake up.
fart.
Book of Boba Fett, the season
Yes.
finale.
Do you want to? We're not going to talk about any Boba Fett. You want to bounce now, or you want to
It's
talk some
wha-
Boba Fett?
Whatever your time is.
Yeah, we'll talk off air.
It's whatever your time is.
Yeah, let's talk off air. I got some other things I got to talk to you about too.
Okay, let's get out of here. All right, we'll see you later.
So, one thing that I didn't want to get onto in the show.
The live stream is still going. Hold on.
I don't think
Oh, you don't care? Okay.
The one thing that I did not want to get onto the show because there's a lot of shit to it that people would have to be privy to deconstructing the media as much as you and I do
Yeah.
is so what's his name? Jeff Zucker from CNN. Did you hear the bullshit he got fired for or why he stepped down?
You know,
I think that was horseshit. I was like, why can a single man, not have a relationship with a grown ass single woman? Why is that a fire or not a fireable? Why you got to step down for that?
I don't.
She was corporate too.
I don't understand that either. I mean, unless they have their business policy in place.
I think there's more.
There probably is. He's probably done some stuff.
I think it all goes back to Como and what people.
I think everybody up there that has any power has dirty hands when it comes to bad things.
And here's the other thing that actually the chat room should hear this. Are we still live?
Yeah, we'll just keep showing it.
Well, I'm just got one more thing to say. So, two things that I think there was an overreach in discipline and people being shocked. One was CNN Zucker. I don't think that there's no way in hell. There's got to be more to the story because if he stepped down because he was getting pressure because he had a relationship with a grown ass woman and he's a grown ass woman, there was nothing apparently that
He's a grown ass woman.
she's a grown ass woman. He's a grown ass. Well, he's a grown ass man.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know.
Didn't
But-
know. I thought you were breaking news.
So if you're a CEO at a company now, or you're the head honcho of a company, you can't have a relationship with anyone that you've met at your company. It's not. There was no documentation of him using power to have this relationship. They'd known each other for 20 years and they'd grown close.
Yeah, I think that as long as everything's on the up and up,
Then what's the problem?
I don't see a problem in it at all. I don't think there's any issue. If there's shit going on, like a Weinstein type thing,
Manipulation and
manipulation,
shit.
then yeah, there's an issue.
But I don't think that was ever documented that was ever the case, though. Both sides said, yeah, we love we enjoy being with each other.
Yeah. It's very, very fucking odd that AT&T announces we're splitting with Time Warner and CNN.
Smart.
Totally smart. And within 24 hours, he's fired. It was
That's weird.
that fucking fast.
I didn't know it was within 24 hours.
Yeah, it was that fast.
Well, see, that leads me to believe there's some other shit.
And that makes me believe that's why we pulled out.
So, second thing that might be controversial. I didn't really want to bring it up on the show because I don't want fucking to sound bad. But Whoopi Goldberg has the right to free speech too.
Yeah.
Just like everyone does. I don't think she should have fucking got suspended for what she said. I don't think that's a suspendable act. I understand it rubs people the wrong way, but she fucking...
I think it's funny she got suspended.
It is funny. It doesn't make sense.
That makes me happy and funny because I just don't like her. And anything bad that can happen to The View, it makes me happy.
I'm the same way, man. Trust me. I don't want to say that it's not right, but I don't think it's right that she got fucking suspended for, was it 2 weeks?
She got suspended for that, and even though her free speech, quote unquote, free speech, isn't factually correct, and she's stupid.
Exactly. It's moronic what she said.
It is very moronic what she said, and it's very moronic to say that Jews aren't a race and that the Holocaust was a white on white thing.
It's stupid. I understand that.
It's fucking dumb. She's an idiot, and from what I was reading earlier, she still stands behind it. She's doubling down on all this stuff.
Honestly, if that's the way she believes, she should.
It's close. It's fucking retarded.
You want to hear my theory now on both of them?
I said the R word, and I didn't mean to. But
Susie, are you still listening? That was him, not me.
Jump on me. But she makes me angry because of
She's annoying.
How stupid she is, and the stuff they rant about. Totally unfactual and totally taking down people that she should be supporting and building up aggravates me.
So,
and they all do that. That Joy Behar does that shit.
Man.
She's trash.
I like how she dances around her blackface. Her blackface. She's like, "Oh no, you don't understand. You did a fro and blackface.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of tan. No, it's blackface, and you did a fro.
You had
nothing."
Urban accent.
Right. You did Shaniqua
There's
and all
no
that.
missing this. Just cop to it and say, yes, I did it.
It was stupid.
I didn't mean to do it.
So, you want to hear my theory on both of those, though? I think the people that are... Because there are some smart people that are still involved with the mass media, the mainstream media.
Yeah.
Man, I think they're getting a whiff of times are changing. I think they're starting to realize, oh, shit, we got to start fucking reversing the course or we're going to lose everything. And I've heard rumors that CNN, who they're going to replace him with, is a fucking, like, real deal news guy. Like, he's like, we're all facts now. We're not going to fuck around with these agendas.
They have been called out on the carpet and they have missed so much stuff and they have put, like, all their eggs into a basket of supporting beliefs and thoughts
that are made up,
or just not true, or they don't have facts supporting them or facts backing it up.
It's just like we've talked about before. Whenever it was acceptable to quote, to have anonymous sources and not have three viable, real deal, solid sources, like journalism has taught. Like when we went to school, we were told that. I took several journalism classes.
We've talked about this a million times.
3 sources that will go on the record saying that's what you use. Once we started fucking quote, like when Orange Man Bad got into office, all of a sudden we got
before that.
No, it really kicked in though when Orange
no,
Man Bad
it did
was,
kick
was,
in.
was
I've been really thinking about this timeline. So we had a bunch of bullshit start with Bush Jr. Towards the end of his term and after 9/11, of course, and when things got really crazy. And
weapons of mass destruction time period. Kinda?
Well, I think 9/11 made this world of journalism really start ramping up where they have to be the first for everything. You had to be the first one down there to see the towers crumble. You had to be the first one to see the planes hit the building, whatever. You had to be the first one set up, which everybody was. But I think that started setting the mentality of, holy shit, we've got an entire country watching our network right now. We need to keep this
and
up.
then social media just
And they're
fucked it all
basically,
up.
from right there, they're chasing the dragon.
Yeah.
They're never going to get numbers unless another incident happens like that. You news outlets are never going to get numbers like that again because WFAA, our local ABC, went to their national affiliate.
Oh, they all did.
NBC went to their local
Clear Channel?
affiliate, which is
97 won the Eagle.
everybody went to their national, which falls into CNN, Fox News, all that. So all those numbers are pointed right at them, and they're now chasing the dragon. So that turned into the me first thing. We've got to have this up first. So we just take what people say on Twitter as fact now.
That's the thing that's
And
crazy.
people make up shit. The Joe Rogan, Neil Young thing, some kid smarted off and said, imagine if the Foo Fighters left. Imagine the Foo Fighters left Spotify. That'd really hurt them. And then all the news outlets and music outlets were like, now the Foo Fighters are talking about leaving Spotify. And then
Guess what I listened to today?
they linked to this tweet, and it was just some dude that said, imagine if this happened. That's not saying they're doing it. They're not talking about it. He just put a tweet up there that said that. Fucking stupid. We have so many fucking stupid people in this world and around us. Think Joe Rogan's a white supremacist because he shaves his head. Save this, quit this, open this, and we transmit this, transmit to our server and the British server. That boom, 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 connected. Come on, fiber, move it. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Show is up, show is gone, show is everywhere. Now I will read you a sentence. Matt, are you still peeing? The Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. Hey, I know what we need to do. We do sometimes. Hey, we need to do a just for JJTM. You need to do the voiceover of reading Industrial Society and its future. That'll be our audio book that we'll host on our server. It'll be amazing. Built out a whole business plan with Susie today. It's awesome.
Have we just changed our whole scheme to getting arrested and pulled off
Yeah.
the air.
All right. So, did you go listen to Church of Misery? Did I send you that link? Or did I save it because I wanted to talk to you?
Hey, did you start that FBI Most Wanted? Or the, not FBI, but Most Wanted in the world?
I did, but got stopped. I need to go.
You haven't made it to the Russian yet.
I haven't made it there. But you need to go watch. I don't know what. I have to watch this later.
Saul's movie?
No, you need to
Watch that last
hop
night.
on Spotify and listen to this Church of Misery. They've been around for like 20 years. It's Japanese sludge metal. Or it's sludge metal by a Japanese band. They're all,
There's a noise metal band in Japan too that's really good.
but all their songs are about serial killers or mass killings. Every single song. Come here and look at this. Yeah, Susie, we built out the best business plan for her today, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I want her to come and talk about it. So, like, you go in here to their songs, see all. They have the name of the song, and then they have the serial killer next to it. BTK, Dennis Rader. Brother Bishop, Gary Hendrick. And you go down here, the Bender family. But,
I'm not listening to that. That's creepy.
dude, they're good, though. California, or California, Ed Kemper. But you get down here, and then what I got pissed off about is one of these records
Don't say wake up.
is Colts. And put your headphones on real quick. So, this is Suicide Journey, the Heaven's Gate Cult.
Hey, we want to do a track about Heaven's Gate.
39 bodies were mentioned after what authorities say was a well-prepared, methodically orchestrated.
Wait, where's it coming out of?
You want to go to the mains?
Why ain't it coming to the main? What the fuck? Chuck? I want it to go out to the mains.
You do or you don't?
I do. Anyway. Oh well. I'll play it here in a minute. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. This setup has been jacking with me lately. Okay, this will just go through this. Alright, I'm gonna kill the stream. Good night, guys. Good night. Go look it up. It's awesome. You can go look them up on YouTube. It's called The Church of Misery, and they're badass. They have a bunch of songs on there. They're cool. Okay, we're out of here. Bye.